This is esports. You think esports? This is FTC.
All right, welcome everybody. Callisto here. Another Shoujou Senshi Senjyou online. This is my anime fighting game tournament that I've been running for pretty much most of quarantine now. We're going to be bringing you Granblue Fantasy Versus, local Chicago/Midwest bracket. As usual, the boy's going to be helping me hold it down. St. Cola and Zach in a box. What's up, guys?
Another week. Hello.
What's going on, people?
So
we're still here.
Yeah, we were out last week because I was helping with the Grand Stampede, the Fighting Herds tournament. So we're back. We had a little bit of going on in the meantime. On that Saturday, they announced Belial with the shades as the weapon. I thought he was going to be cool. I didn't think it was going to be his weapon. His sunglasses cool.
They went all the way with it, dog.
He's got the Char shades too. He's got the I came here to laugh at you shades.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be pretty cool. Maximum horny, right? Like this.
Yeah, I asked the Discord. I'm like, guys, is this just a meme or is the lore that he's horny?
No.
Apparently the lore is that he's horny.
This character
I didn't know
all the time.
This character is going to expose Matera for the faker. The faker. She doesn't want that D, but Lil wants that D. He is in it to win it. That's going to be the exposition. So I'm excited for that. But they also announced September 24th. It's going to be a big balance patch. In addition to Belial dropping, there's going to be balance changes, new moves for characters. Maybe we'll see new mechanics. Who knows what they have on deck. So going to be pretty excited to see what's going on there. In the meantime, we still got about 5 weeks of this version to run with. And we have a nice round 8-person bracket today. Starting us off is going to be Marvin Pie, Super Saiyan Kid. Marvin Pie has told me, we'll see if this is true. Marvin Pie has told me that he has been learning to hit confirm after telling me that it was too hard. After telling me
that was impossible.
After telling me that it was too hard to do 2M into Super Skybound, where I'm like, well,
you have a shortcut.
I was like,
hold on, you have a shortcut in this game.
I leaned in. I was like, Zach does it all the time.
It's like my favorite way to kill people.
So he's been working on that. He's been getting those health bar confirms down. Yeah. We'll see what that goes. Speaking of improvement, Super Saiyan Kid. Been improving regularly. Definitely been, took his first match on stream a couple weeks ago. Continuing to step up the rate of improvement, taking matches over our regular players. So we'll see what he has in store for Marvin Pie. Marvin Pie, this is actually what's real important. Marvin Pie has told me that he has a color.
Oh,
he
might expand into the best player we've ever seen in our entire life.
He has told me that he has a full-time color, and I told him I will believe it when it's been 2 weeks and he hasn't changed from it. So
this is week one. This is the start of the color selection.
Yes.
I mean, just like St. Cola in characters, Marvin Pie in colors just go hand in hand. You're gonna hoe around with the colors a little bit, But
all I'm saying is I'm gonna wait till the 24th of September to see what's new. But we're gonna say with that old. We're gonna start it off just as you guys said. Super Saiyan Kid and Marvin Pie. Super Saiyan Kid with the Percy, and then Marvin Pie obviously with the fairy, the top one.
We were laughing at Marvin Pie because he's already a strong player, right? But that he was just learning now how to hit confirm. But that's something that you have to humble yourself.
He's been winning like every other one of these tournaments, and but that's what it is, right? That's what his strength is when he still asks. There was a point where he won like 4 straight locals and was doing all these exhibitions that he was doing well in. And when you would play sets with him, he would still say, "Hey, do you have any advice? What can I do better?" He's still looking to improve on what he's already good at, and still trying to grow as a player. And it looks like is that the mochi color, the strawberry that he looks like he's opted with?
I guess
the peppermint. So. He's going with that. Okay,
it's a very Marvin color and a very Marvin-esque sweet. Let's get it.
Yeah, that was a really nice spacing of the dive kick too. Great choice of the specific JU angle to hit right on the feet. Zoning out
this
with
is
the
one of the matchups,
That's what we were talking about, right? That was something that Marvin before could be a little bad at, is just dialing out EX whip on block and then not having whip available when he needed it to hold down the neutral. And now he's trying to focus on only getting it on hit.
I mean, it's very hard to get on hit to confirm 5H and hit, so it's just more about like not burning it every time you throw out 5H.
All right, still pretty even life here, despite Marvin getting the early hits. SSK has good corner positioning. Marvin with a nice,
the other side.
yeah, roll to side switch. That sweep should have reached from there
Knockdown.
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. 24th lands on it.
All right,
I like the delay right there
from
from Marvin Pie. Not overextending too much on that too. No bust up from Super Saiyan Kid.
Playing it safe, he knows Skybound is available for Super Saiyan Kid. Oh, cut him low, but
there
no
we go.
stocks.
No stocks. Marvin just
Yeah,
backing
he's-
off.
Yeah, because he has no
Walking
EX whip,
around.
he's
Yeah.
just gonna
And-
chill out.
Yeah.
In the space that he was walking to, like right here, one very big difference is that's a space that Fairy can throw GG out in neutral, and Percival cannot just skybound. That is something, I've been trying to bring some little tips to SSK on like what he could do differently in this matchup, and one of the big ones was like, if they're gonna do a raw GG, just super, like, we've seen his
Yeah.
reactions, right? We've
On
seen him
reaction.
DP fireballs routinely on reaction. Like, SSK has the young man reactions needed to hit that.
It's the energy drink reactions, man. They stocked up on it. They're super powered every single day.
Fortunate for SSK there, he did get hit out of the stock up, but he got the stock first.
Oh, good pick up. There we go. This is a different SSK right here. That was a good. I've not seen him land combos like that like consistently, and that's big. Corner push right here.
All right, no
Back in
counter
the
hit, so
corner.
didn't get the whip. There's the 5H
Oh,
into
wow.
EX whip, though, and the
Facing
instant
that
overhead.
really
It's
well.
overhead.
Marvin holding on to the leader.
Combo limit. Okay, yeah, that offense was very, very patient. Great stuff from Marvin to finish that off. He knew, yeah. Super Saiyan Kid, we'll let the DPs, the Super Skybound on Wake Up fly, so Marvin Pie smartly just, let's wait it out.
Not only that, but even if he would have burned his super on that combo at the end, there was a bit of scaling already. It may not have finished the round, so good decision to just take the knockdown and go with the setup.
I like where Super Saiyan Kid is at right now in terms of how his play is. He's getting that defense going, which you don't see a lot of beginner players. They have to evolve that, right? But the next level is combining your offense and your defense. You're like a little bit too pensive, and you're allowing Marvin Pie to kind of get those hits going, and maybe not taking your opportunities in full.
It is hard in this match. Just Percival has to guess a lot in this neutral, right? He's playing this very patiently, much more patiently than he has before, is Super Saiyan Kid. So that's good. The one thing that's been killing him though is he has this corner, right? He tries to do gunflame pressure. He's been getting trade sweeps from Marvin Pie, and then Marvin switches the corner. So we'll see how he does this.
2H.
Yeah, that
Might
is
be
something
to deal with
against
that.
Percival. You really need to be thinking about what he's going to cancel to, and if he's canceling to light gun flames, you can trade either to keep the life totals near even, or if you have a sweep that's like in the 7 to 9 frame range, you can trade sweep, get a hard knockdown, and then super jump over him.
And that's been the big thing. Super Saiyan Kid's been working well to push Marvin in the corner, but then just hasn't been able to capitalize.
Overhead.
Speaking of
Instant
capitalizing
overhead.
the corner,
Should be it.
jump loop, yeah.
Good execution there
character.
from Marvin,
Match point.
finishing off the install combo.
And
Plus range.
jumping as Percival in this match isn't the worst thing in the world, even though it's very linear. But yeah, he has the corner now. Oh,
Oh,
he
he's
wanted
on
that
purpose.
play.
Caught him.
That counter
Nice,
hit
there
to
we go.
JU?
Okay.
I love that he was awake, but so is Marvin Pie. DP corner push.
Ooh,
Nice.
okay, caught
On the
this.
fireball. There you go. Dash up.
Oh,
That's
Little
fine.
too
I
obvious
mean,
on
he
those-
just took a single JH for a command grab mix-up that would have won the round. Like, that's not a bad trade there.
Super Saiyan Kid stocking up when Marvin had no EX whip, so it's like even if
that
he gets
was
hit by
rough
5H,
jump.
it's not a big deal, but this is a big deal. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
time for a
unfortunate.
setup.
Good luck
Ugh,
on the low. Oh, double overhead.
nicely
Yeah.
done.
You know it's gross when the fairy player on the commentary desk is saying gross. Understanding how hard the lockdown is with this character. Super Saiyan Kid, though, is evolving every single week. That was Super Saiyan level 2. I'm sure next week will be Super Saiyan level 3. And I'm loving that he's put on the defense and really understanding, like, not to go in. Obviously, that's how the match was played in a lot of ways, but I love how he's just chilling out when he needs to.
Yeah, and that's the
Not
hard thing
overextending.
about, like, I love Super Saiyan Kid's mindset because, like, let's be real, he takes a lot. As a beginning player, you take a lot of L's, right? But he's still out there, and we see the improvements, even though there's still a lot of 0-2s in terms of the scoreboard. But what we see in game is vast improvements
That
every
is
time.
one of the reasons why this genre can have such a hard time retaining newer players is the fact that you are going to lose a lot when you start, right? Like as long as you accept that the goal is growth and not numbers, you can hang in there, but you have to make that realization early because you're going to get, especially when you're playing with experienced players, right? Which the majority of the people that SSK is playing with on a regular basis have been playing for 5 or 10 years. And played a myriad of games and seen a lot of different scenarios and stuff. So there's a lot of things that you kind of got to just be willing to sit through. So up next, we're actually going to have the
speaking
commentary
of
match.
long time running, 5 to 10 years. Going
to be Zach in a box against myself. So Sankola going to be earning his not a paycheck because this is a free-to-enter tournament. But if it wasn't, this is where he'd be getting that money.
Hey, to be honest, I don't get paid that much anyway. Anyway, into the match. We are going to see these two slug it out, and it's going to be great because you're going to see the minds of the players. Callisto, Zach in the box, facing off, staying with their mains.
Yeah, Zach no longer slumming with not top tiers.
Yeah.
No, I still use it. Just, I don't know, I feel like using Fairy. What's the big deal?
I mean, the same goes for Callisto. He's not using Cheetah right now. He's sticking with the cat, who is still super powerful, so great in this season. Just wait for that moment to get in. You gotta be careful throwing out the fairy. Could see a thrust at any point. Or throwing out the GG. But at that distance, so hard to get through.
Ooh. Yeah, that's why you gotta be careful.
Oh, the catch. It's overhead on the other side.
That's what I wanted. Oh, I missed it.
2H.
Nice delay.
Trying to get the throw, no go. EX. The GG for the lockdown.
Oh, nice.
Great time on that thrust. To be able to get Callisto in there, EX fireball to get some chase down.
Can't believe I attacked again.
Dangerous tech, especially when you're that close to the corner.
Oh,
you know what could happen. You know what could happen. And this is the example. Not the kill.
You might have, honestly. I'm not going to say no because I do that a lot, and then I'm wrong.
Yeah. I'm going to hold off on this one. I can't tell in this game. People get hit with the cinematic. You still alive? Gut system saves you? But for how long? The chip no dip situation at the precipice right here.
Ooh, that was nice. I thought I had him.
No way, the cancel.
So all I was looking to do was armor the move and then just punish the move with the strike part of Light Wall. It was a nice cancel.
Oh, no.
Whoops. That's not what I wanted. Ouch.
Put air on the air throw. With the whip. Pull me closer.
I
don't see overhead.
GG too fast.
That sweep, Callisto's the bane of Callisto's existence. GP.
Oh, that was a punish.
Just that constant mid-screen. There we go. I was gonna say there's been constant mid-screen pressure.
Yeah, I'm
constant mid-screen, lockdown here. This is just trying to get in, trying to get him into the corner. Put the manager against the wall. I got the receipt. Punish. I got the receipt. Let me show you.
Good block.
I'm getting my money back. Callisto with the cat. With the carry. Got to finish it off, though. Even the score, but, you see that Zach in the box has got to play with, and then some. All socks loaded.
I was late.
Oh. Not a lot of damage. That's not a big deal. So the one still locked in the corner. Zach in the box can play this nice and chill, even though he's got just a little bit of a lead. Can also install to at any point. But this becomes like a matter of when to do it, right? During the time period that you have. When you get the 10 seconds on the clock, you can really chip down. Obviously, got to worry about the XDPs and things like that, reversals. Both of them not daring to get hit, wanting to go down to the wire, playing the clock. Always a resource, always important. 10 seconds.
Oh my God, that was a
winding
jab.
down the EX catches. And now he's going to set up the ball to make sure the job is done. You got to hold this.
Come on, that was
EX
Okay. Can't believe I got a jab with punish from full screen. That's fair.
Mars in the chat saying, Zach don't got those confirmed.
Yeah, I missed that 5M. I got exposed.
All right, nice. It's moving on through. It's going to allow Callisto to get that corner push. Moments like this are super important. Where you can put this character in the corner, you run the game plan, especially his cat. And then you build that bar up for the Skybound art. Nice. It's a counter hit. Pick up.
Well.
Finish.
Well. That was fast.
That's the power of Cat. She runs the game. Puts you in the corner. It's over. Look down, your health is gone. So move through again. This is how the last round started before.
I tried to
This time,
delay
now we'll
it.
put a
Good
bait in
wait.
it.
Where's my thrust?
Wow.
Oh, that was
Counter
level 2, so I was actually slightly plus there.
Yeah.
EX thrust. Yo, catches him right at the tip. It's my touch, but
Wow,
it might have
I was in plus there.
Zach dialing up the combo. Himself in the corner.
Oh, too far. I don't know why I did
My
that.
man dash up, dodged, and now he's in the corner. Now he's punished. Now he's paying for it.
Nice and fair.
DP though.
Ah, missed that.
Callisto just needs that one jump you on the other hand. Maybe not even that, to be honest. Look at the bars at the top. Fully stocked.
What? That was 2M.
Oh, no.
Come on, game.
I could have
Why
done
does that
something way
always
better than this.
happen?
isn't
Roll.
gonna
I
kill.
did roll down back 2M, and the game interpreted that as a DP.
One more decision. Chip, you see the flash at the top?
Oh, that was the wrong.
So,
normal.
staying alive. Dodge. Punish.
I
brings
messed
it right
that up
back.
really badly. Oops. Whoopsies.
Okay, look, Callisto, even with the errors, still looking really good.
I
Doesn't
think
even need
that's
to go
why
to shit
ship
closer
kills
just yet.
are good in games, right? Because it's about that situation of like who's going to overextend to create chip.
Ooh, the catch. Other side. Yeah, I think in a game like this, where you can kind of create situations and to kind of put them in terrible situations, you lead up to that. I think it really works in this type of game. You know, maybe not in Street Fighter 5 or whatever, but I think in Granblue, the way it works, man, the whip push on the 2M into the EX, the tip of the thrust, this fireball. You see, you know, Zach just backing off away from plus frames. Nice. The reads though from Callisto. Using the spot dodge to get the whip, but couldn't do it
Good
that
block.
time. CP got red like a coloring book.
Oh shoot! I don't have.
You took off for the H. Pick it through. Callisto. Try to get the jump in. Try to finish it. Yo, you can make the difference. See to find those hits. EX fireball wasted, but just need to find that moment. I see the bar at the top.
Wow.
Ready to cook. Put the butter on the skillet. But there is the bless button of fair. You hear him cackling like a hyena because he knows how stupid that button is.
Oh.
Nice. He's in the focus right through. And again. It's great for Callisto to start implementing different tactics and be like the whip normals, mid screen. You see the spot dodges. You see the focus coming through, and that focus trying to get the extension. Now gets a full combo DP ender, and the push of the corner. EX fireball.
What?
Oh no! Push over the corner.
Wow.
The DP in out of there. It might be time for Shen Callisto, to be honest. Focus attack.
It's fucking me up.
Okay, just rotating those options. It's hard for Zach to be able to throw anything.
Nice.
The trade, you'll take that any day of the damn week. Callisto on match point. Okay,
Nice.
moving through. EX fireball knockdown. Skills right in, put the
I
wake up
could've
mash. So it's for breakfast. Throws out the GG for the lockdown. Keeps him locked down. That allows Callisto to get the thing. Oh man, I was gonna say he allows him to get the bars back, but the 2M gets
Yeah, I don't know
caught.
why he's
I was
just doesn't-
blind.
Gets picked up. DP.
Ah, 2H,
Nice.
please.
Also the 2H dog. Also he's in. All he needs to do is find that sequence for the finish. Late Tech gonna take out quite a bit of health here, and just needs that one hit to do it. The 2M. Do I'm clinched? Because all he needs is that one hit. The side switch though. Zach the boss can stay alive.
Damn it.
In her CX.
Oh, fuck.
The
Let go
pickup.
blocking for a second.
What is this? We saw this movie before. Change the channel.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's the hard part. Like I was down backing and I tried to micro step forward for like a frame and got caught by whip, and then that was the end of the round.
Yeah, that's the hard part about parry is GG's is like, you know, you're trying to react to like 5H or maybe the whip, and I've just delayed just slightly to mess up your timing. You just get cooked.
There were moments in the corner at the end where I was looking for that, you know, that 2M confirm and to, you know,
there were a lot of strings.
But
she can't. I was to say she can't. She doesn't. She's only like 0 on counter hit 2M. So when Zach rolled and I got the counter hit 2M, that was like not actually a favorable situation. The one I missed was I got the counter hit 2L and I didn't get the 5L. I tried to link 5L and I pressed it too early and didn't get it out.
Is that when you went for the throw right after the yourself?
That throw was basically like an oh no, I didn't get my button that would kill, so I had to try to make something happen. So that happens. All right, so up next we're gonna have Kilo and Rogue. Should be Gran and Catalina.
Should be, but we've seen Kilo kind of stray away for sometimes. But man, Kilo, we talked about like maybe past couple SSSOs, like his Gran, you know, it was already good. He was very dominant in SSSO before, but he found something in the timing of his offense. It just feels more complete now. So we'll see how that puts up against Rogue, who's been fighting here these weeks. He beat me and Callisto the last SSSO, and so yeah, Rogue, no slouch for sure. Cat,
changing up the script of the Callisto Rogue in Losers Classic.
I see something different here. Kilo again. Yo, the Gran players, I really don't see enough of them. And I feel like this character can be played linear, and it kind of like is it to the detriment because it's still strong, but like you kind of get a hold of their game plan.
Yeah,
Kilo,
I mean everybody knows what Gran's gonna do, right?
Yeah, but Kilo plays in a way where it's hard to pin that down, right? Like
it's the pacing.
Yeah.
Gran is a weird case because I feel like I would rather fight Gran than a lot of characters who I feel Gran is stronger than, because I know what Gran's gonna do, and it's just about waiting it out and, you know, blocking for 400 minutes until it's actually your turn because everything's plus and nothing's punishable.
Pick up.
But
then you fight someone like Kilo, where he puts a lot of mental stack on you. You're like, I'm blocking, and then I think it's my turn.
So if you want to know the real differences between why Gran, when you hear that Gran is like hella top tier and other characters that are not hella top tier, one of the biggest things that it comes down to is that his 2M only has 9 recovery frames, which is somewhere in between what a close light and like a far light would have, basically. Like it is significantly less than every other character's 2M in the game. Same thing with Boot. For most forward-moving specials like that, Boot has about 25% less recovery, which allows him to do things like with a 2M or with a Boot and you jumped and he still recovers in time to 2H you, where someone like you know, Cat or, you know, Zeta or other characters that have also very good anti-airs can't just whiff whatever the hell they want and then still recover in time to use that anti-air.
Yeah. And another string, is the clashes, right? Let's talk about how that last round and Kilo clashed with 2 and 4L and pressed H afterwards. He's just so aware of what to do after a clash. Even though, yes, Gran wins most clashes, but he is just so aware to optimize the damage after a clash every time.
That's something that goes back to like the importance of properly hit confirming things visually, using the health bar and whatnot. Great whiff punish there. But a lot of it comes down to Kilo is not just buffering, right? Which is why he's able to react to all of these clashes and pick the right option, because he didn't dial out a special move.
And that's something like, sometimes, you know, I'll admit to it. I get lazy, so I'm just gonna buffer it. You know, if they run into it, then run into it. But Kilo doesn't take the easy way out. He's always just aware of the situation. Oh, but 2H from Rogue, and Rogue had a lot of great whiff punishes that last round. Let's see if we can keep it up.
Rogue had the light wall cancel, but didn't have either the 2M or the 5H, whatever he was looking to do. Pressed it a little too early, so didn't get it. Wow! Rare footage of Gran 2H not hitting.
Yeah, and it's the interesting choice from Rogue to jump in with Jump M, but you have Gran in the corner now.
Yep.
What a good
sleep. No!
Oh, not quite.
able to stay alive another day. But Grand, even though he loses Skybound Art, it doesn't matter. He still has a ton of other things to put up the difference and more.
Oh,
right?
that's gonna be a punish.
Yeah, there it is.
Ooh,
Not
okay.
enough.
Ooh, funky.
What? Yeah. I didn't. Oh.
Watch the wake up 5L.
challenge.
There was even a combo. You see the L come out and then 2L or 2L coming through.
And that 5L,
Just to clean things up.
It's a pretty good challenge because after EX Fireball for Catalina, even though it's a hard knockdown, it sends you so far away. She can get a real meaty there, but she has to run pretty far. Oh yeah, misconfirmed the EX thrust, but held it just to create a mix-up.
Rogue is a big fan of trying to get that EX thrust hold in that little mind game, and it's been working out a little bit here in the set. Wall balance, not quite, not grand privilege. Oh, he's trying to walk up sweep. I like that defense from Kilo. Just walk in the corner and
Interruption
try to
right
get
there.
that space. And
Just as you said before, it's all about him having the knowledge for the trades and knowing what to do right after.
and he didn't press a button.
So
after
actually, in that situation, Grand just wins because you can't cancel to DP fast enough to DP it. His JL is going to be faster than anything else that she can cancel to on the ground other than close. Because of the spacing, she won't get close 5L, she'll get far 5L. So Grand's 5-frame JL literally just auto wins because boot clashed with a medium. That's it. That's the end.
Rogue trying to bring out that space with a 2M.
She got hit with the EX Fireball. Kilo's gonna be one of the winners. Yeah, people think I am throwing hyperbole on that. No, Gran just wins clashes. That is what he does. If you clash a medium with boot and you do not have something that comes out, and I don't know. I think maybe Lancelot 5L because it's always 5 frames regardless of range. Maybe that could be an option, but otherwise, Gran wins because you clashed. How silly of you to put out a poke in neutral when he happened to also just throw out a random boot.
I know people are, in the chat, maybe in the Discords, saying, I'm waiting till the game is saved. September 24th, Gran will get another round of nerfs.
No, he won't.
And, he'll be very disappointed.
Yeah, this is a main character.
It's in his name.
I want you to keep in mind that the stuff that I brought up, right? Like having half of the recovery on your 2M that every other character in the game has, that's not an accident. They didn't oh crap, boop a frame. They designed this character to be very, very good. They want him to be good, and that's fine. The characters have to have, someone has to be top tier, right? Someone has to be really good.
To be quote unquote villain. But speaking of villain and burn weapons, we got Kizzer Crate.
With the ugliest, dog. The ugliest weapons. But this weapon right here, though, up on the swords, is
bring
hot.
the jewels
Run the
out.
gems. With this weapon, though, this is the villain right here. This is the ugly stuff right here. That dollar store monster, that you pick up for people that... No, I'm not. When I used to go to the dollar store, I used to have those ugly figurines and things like that, the off-brand. That's what the Vern weapon looks like to me.
Yeah, Vern definitely is the one that got recalled because it was a choking hazard for kids. Nice whip punish.
All right, but let's
Goes
see.
for the grab mix-up. Good tech by Mars.
Kids are definitely not a dollar store, Percy player. Jump age.
Nice.
It's a DP ender.
Gonna take the medium
stocks
stocks.
I like that. You get to finish off your opponent basically if you get the right sequence going.
Big
Mars
punish.
got out of that
Nice.
corner. Okay, he's back in, but
He didn't
got
get-
out of the corner by just by walking.
Yeah, the space made it kind of weird. He didn't get the sweet spot for the thrust, but still pretty good chunk of damage.
Gonna pop.
All right, this install makes it very hard to swing against Soris. He gets to approach quickly with his specials from ranges that he normally can't fight in.
What a pickup.
Oh, did he get him?
5M.
Raging Demon?
That's going to be the
Yeah.
round. That's a command grab super that has no invuln and terrible range, but it is still a command grab super. And if you are not
Yeah, at
already
the end of the
jumping
day.
by the time the flash happens, you just got snatched.
It also is a super where I rarely ever see it kill, so I know Mars is sweating a little bit damn, thank God.
The opposite spectrum from Gran is that always killed.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna kill.
Yeah, it's a trade-off for the fact that Compared to Fairy, essentially it's a freebie, right? Because he has an install that lasts the whole rest of the round that is a very good install. So that super is just an add-on, right? That's not his real Super Skybound. But he doesn't have the option of not using the install for Super Skybound. Like, he has to just use regular Skybound if he doesn't want to risk playing out with the install and having a crappy super. All right, good patience by Mars.
Doing a lot of work.
Yeah, Mars, you know, we talk about his like defense. He'll wait out a lot of strings, but
She'll throw.
yeah, he'll take some throws too, and that might come back to haunt him. Oh wow, 5M.
Good pressure there from Kizzer. Kizzer had a couple stocks, so after he got the throw, he was able to just go for the safe jump and continuous pressure. Didn't have to worry about replenishing stocks there.
There you go, again. Raw rush punch, get in there.
I also talked about how Mars can just turn up the switch and just like, let's rush punch all day, baby.
I mean, he was really not, he wasn't active in the previous round, so like, you gotta go in. You gotta go in.
Exactly. He'll switch it up on a dime.
All right, Kizzer, though, he's worked his way out of the corner. Still has a pretty good life lead that he has to make up here. This is good with punish from Mars.
Yeah, so saying you can't throw that far H, you know,
nice
really,
jump
but the back jump, I like that fadeaway.
He got the
just
punish,
saying you can't
but
just come in for free.
He was a little too high to combo when he landed.
Yeah.
Maybe
Let's struggle with like neutral jumping as a punish. Ooh, sweep.
Yeah.
Wow, what a
fireball here.
Percival has pretty slow medium, so if you do catch that jump in and hit them high up on the punish, you probably have to just accept, you know, a far 5L into DP, like medium DP or something.
And you know, Kizzer went back to the lobby. I don't think it's been a while since I've seen him try
Mars
a
is
different
getting
character.
some stutters, it sounds like.
Okay. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I mean, you know, sometimes, generally PC has been more favorable than PS4 in that play, but you know.
Yeah, that's one of the
trade
trade-offs, right? Like the slightly lower native input lag of the PC version makes it so that online will be somewhat closer feeling to PS4 offline. The trade-off is that PCs are not consistent machines, and sometimes things just don't work consistently, where a PS4 is always going to work the same. So Mars is going to restart real quick.
We have had an SSSO where Marvin's
computer
Granblue
literally just said
work.
the game. He was in the middle of playing, and then the game was like, "Yeah, you can't play anymore."
Yeah, he was in like winners finals, and just like, hey, you know, let's just not play winners finals.
And then I got floated to third place. That was sick. That's why I run PC tournaments, because people's PCs keep shit in the bed, and I keep getting floated to loser semis. It's fucking genius.
That's the big brain stuff right there. Hey, this is the future. PC is the future. Just put everything on PC. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, it's been a big debate, to be honest. Like, you see both sides, and of course, you know, you want, you know, better than just like, you know, PS4s kind of shit the bed sometimes.
Oh, it's terrible.
Like, it's man, we're in a tough spot. It's a tough spot. Both pick your poison, basically. But yeah, for right now, if we're running, and whenever we do get the chance to run offline tournaments again, PS4s or consoles are just gonna be the most consistent thing that can happen. Especially for a local scene, you know, you can't dump a lot of money into a bunch of PCs. People are more comfortable bringing a PS4 with them, not their own PC.
Imagine trucking that shit around like you go to the airport. He's like, anybody want sets? Let me find a big power source and all this other stuff. Like,
I mean, people bring their laptops. I played Melty at an airport before.
I feel like that's a more expensive option than, you know, getting a PS4, you know, for everybody, I guess, or, you know, across the board, I guess.
But we'll see. Yeah, Mars is gonna restart, and hopefully it fixes the little things. But you know, with troubleshooting computers, I'm sure most people are aware. Sometimes you just gotta try stuff, and it's not gonna work.
Yeah, you get to see in the heat of the moment. Like, you get to see, oh, it's working now, or, you know, you start commentating something and your computer starts bugging out. You sound like a robot, and you've done everything else for 2 weeks, and
sounds like from personal experience, huh?
It might be.
Maybe.
Might be.
All right, but we're back in it. Mars is up 1-0. He really took advantage of like switching that on switch, right? Put a lot of pressure with those rush punches and found that corner. He's been using a lot of that jump H too. That jump H, really, really strong. We've talked about that normal before in past weeks, but man, jump H, is a godlike button.
The big thing with JH is, first of all, is for most characters, someone with a really fast anti-air like Gran or Cat, they can wait and see if he did a JU or not, and if he gets past a certain part in the arc, you're just like, okay, it's probably JH here, in anti-air. But for characters with slower 2Hs, you have to either call out that he's doing JH or call out that he's doing JU and anti-air with an appropriate timing. Nice air-to-air and the pickup. That is another option.
Right
you
here.
can meet him in the air and try to air grab before JH comes out.
Oh, the buff up. Hit with the chest again. Does it again. Dog wasn't done talking to him.
Oh my
the down,
god, Mars!
The ground pound. Mars.
And early on, you saw, like the very first time that he caught a whiff punish into Command Dash, you saw Kizzer take the grab mix-up, and that's part of why was to discourage flexing his block strings into run follow-ups.
Oh, yeah, Kizzer just running up 5M now. He's going to harass with that, but
Plus on whip.
Plus on whip, baby.
Hey, man, hard knockdown right here, too. Gets the stocks going. Like, really run your game plan. Especially if you have him in the corner, but, yo, I like how Mars is like, I gotta get out of this corner. I gotta do this now. And what better way than rush punches?
Yeah, that 5M from Sori's definitely a decent button.
Nice challenge out of the command
chip.
grab.
Doesn't get the confirm off, but that's unfortunate. He's still in the
That's
corner.
dangerous. Man,
And he's
spot dodging that 2M, or that 5M
Great
would be big with this
confirm.
5M. Yeah, go right to Skybound Art for the finish.
Yep. Alright. And you know, like, Kizzer, on the other hand, yeah, he's definitely just trying to take that space now, too. He doesn't want to be in the corner. He's rushing up with 5Ms. Doesn't want to be back where Mars can set the pace. Percival has those big normals that he can set the pace with. He's trying to do that now.
Finds a counter hit, pick up. Yo, hard knockdown. I love this. Going for the stocks because this is big damage right here. You see the stocks at the top? He's about to build that Skybound Art for the finish.
Stocking even more.
Good block. And because he had used his DP for the knockdown to stock up, he didn't have the option to like go for a mix-up after getting the overhead blocked. It's going to be close.
Yeah, not enough.
Oh, he's
Command
trying
grab,
to
nice
run
punish.
across the state.
A lot of stocks. Yeah,
Fleet
that was
foot.
going to be a really hard situation for Mars because Kizzer was just sitting on 4 stocks, so he had as many medium fireballs or safe, thrusts as he wanted to throw out.
Dang, let's set the round with plus for him. And yeah, Kizzer is playing at a much more frenetic pace now.
You kind of have to keep up with this character and not get in a situation where you get chipped out or eat a lot of rush punches and suddenly your health is like 1/4 and a half. So you got to start that game plan going like right now. Mercy can do that.
I brought this up to Mars before actually about because he's commented on how I'll play kind of wild against him specifically, and I think against Sori's is a character who benefits from you giving him time to feel out the feeling of the match, right? To figure out what the flow of the match is like. The more time you give him to do that, the more they're going to be able to find spots to get in. Where I feel like you have to keep the Sori's player like uncomfortable in neutral.
That makes sense, and because of the characters, some weaknesses on the character, you can definitely do that with most characters.
Oh no, not able to DP at all. Even though it's slow, I feel like that was
there's a
an
little
angle
bit
where
of
you could have
slowdown
done
there.
something out there.
Generally, the client
see
will
it.
see like a slightly exaggerated version of lag that the players see. So if you do see slowdown on the spectator, often that did happen in match, but not as bad as it appeared.
On the other side,
Yeah.
get the full combo
Ooh,
right
that's
there.
a big
Does everything
punish,
out.
and he got the
Yeah,
sweet
he's
spot
going
of the
in.
thrust.
Plus range. Hold this. Trade.
Ooh, that was scary
Smash
for
it,
Mars.
the mouse.
Oh, what a punish!
Oh, no blood for the M.
Oh,
the
that's
dash
gonna do
on the
it.
grab to make sure it's done. Yeah.
Auto combo into super, kept it nice and easy. Kizzer moving on in winners. Good run back from him.
Yeah, bring that back from match point. Mars was pretty damn good, and also adjusting to Mars's pacing and kind of saying, listen, I can't be on the back foot too long, and I got to start putting alternating my options off the M's and getting that spacing and getting those stocks going so I can get the finish.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard. Like that was you can kind of see the pretty obvious change in pace, but it's sometimes hard to see in a set what exactly changed, right? But there you could see, Kizzer running up 5Ms, doesn't want to be in the corner, was taking up more space, playing at that more frenetic pace, and that's what tipped the set in his favor after going down 1-0. So we're gonna go to losers now. We're gonna have Callisto
Yeah,
versus
gonna
the
be
Kid,
myself
Super Saiyan
against
Kid.
Super Saiyan Kid. See how this shakes out.
And these two grind some sets as well.
Yeah, I try to play
off days of
everyone
tournaments.
locally pretty often during the week, and make sure that there's constant adjustments back up, because that's the fun part, right? Is when you're beating someone and you tell them how to stop what you're doing, and then they do that, and then you have to come up with a new. That's kind of like the cycle of self-improvement, is training someone to beat you so that you can then train yourself to beat the new strategy, and just
and
that back and forth.
Yeah, and in the local scene, that's super important. It's you're not obligated to, right? But like, it's just gonna make you a stronger player if you teach people how to beat you, because outside of your region, outside of your state, there are gonna be people who know already, and you need to be able to defend against that.
That's right. Gotta be able to expand that game plan. Callisto's got in the corner. Super Saiyan Kid has been taught some things by Callisto, and Callisto does understand this character. We talked about this before. Right before the stream started, that he was learning a little bit of Percival just to kind of help Super Saiyan Kid move along in his path to getting, becoming a better player.
I mean, also Callisto was just learning Percival because Percival was not good.
Yeah, Percival was pretty damn ridiculous. I got
What a wait! I really thought he was going to do something.
Callisto, a big fan of delayed DP and wake up, but Super Saiyan Kid waited for a mile.
And now Super Saiyan Kid, he has the lead, yeah. You just need to play this nice and
I like how...
There you go, with the DP. Okay. Those young man reactions hit the monster.
No. Yeah, and that's such a struggle. Like when somebody's running up and you have a big range normal that's a little laggy, it's like kind of a mix-up. Are they gonna jump over your normal, or are they gonna run into it? Callisto chose the right option there.
All right,
yeah.
and that is something that I want everyone to be aware of. If you're using light DPs to try to anti-air stuff, that's the drawback, right? Is they're not air blockable past a certain point.
But you definitely gotta sprinkle in some 2Hs to get them to think, okay, like I really
or at least EXDP.
Yeah. Ooh, what a great spot dodge. Great awareness from Callisto. Talked about his knowledge with it. Okay.
Knocked down on the other side. Needs to finish up one more hit.
Didn't fall for the safe jump.
He's got one stock to play with, and I'd like to see, can't stock up, obviously, raw and the neutral. He's trusting come through. But I'd like to see him get things going, but it's not going to happen. There's a finish off the throw. Callisto taking the first one. It ain't over just yet.
That's rough. When you, in the first set, or the first game of a set, or first round of the set, and, you kind of let one slip away, that can come back to haunt you, but we'll see a Super Saiyan Kid's composure if you can figure out something.
Yeah, coming back to, he came back to the room. We'll see if we see, he did attempt to counterpick me with Beelzebub a couple weeks ago. So we'll see if he's making a change or just taking a break for a moment.
I love how that's like, obviously it's a character you're weak against.
Paused, so I think this is just running it straight back. He might have just been changing his, maybe he, Jita, okay.
What?
All right.
Okay.
He was actually, before he was messing with Bubs, he was messing with Jita.
All right.
The trade-off, I also play Jita, so I'm going to know what this character does. So he's taking a risk here. We'll see how it goes.
He's going off to a great start because, man, that color is great. I like that color a lot. It's all about the colors here in Chicago.
Yeah. You gotta be solidified.
But yeah, this matchup can be a little tough to navigate the 5Hs and 2Ms from Cat. You really have to be on point where you're spacing outside and try to get that 5H. Yeah, you see Super Saiyan Kid, trying to navigate through that, but just jumping into 2Hs.
Eating way too much. Yeah. I don't know if this was a move, dog. I don't know if switching the character
you have to use EX Rekka to push out of the corner, right? Like, if the person gives you space as Jita to respect the reversal, you have to use any button buffered into EX Rekka ×2 to just push yourself out of the corner and buy yourself some space. Especially against someone like Kat, who, that's where she wants to be, is in her 2M range with you in the corner, right? That's danger time. Oh, come on. That was a whip punish.
But that's the thing. When you're feeling like you can't challenge on the ground, you're going to start jumping, and that's where Super Saiyan Kid's been caught. I mean, it's a tough matchup to try and navigate the spacing, but... you gotta do it. You gotta see those 2Ms, even though they're lightning fast.
I'd like to see some more charge.
Whoa,
here we go. Rekka's come through.
Anti-air with the Rekka. That's really smart because that was outside the range of 2H.
Yeah, not choosing the wrong buttons here. But you gotta put more together, right? You got the low health.
That's punish, yeah.
Can't
let that second one rip every time. It's useful as like a mix-up. If you alternate, you use the single Rekka to establish that you're minus and you're giving up your turn, and then you can from there use the second Rekka to frame trap to get that counter hit into knockdown. GG's.
Yeah, you know, it's a local. Sometimes you just want to try out a character, right?
Yeah, you want to see what.
Yeah, especially if you're not comfortable with the matchup that you are playing, right? Like sometimes you just got to throw stuff at it and see if it feels better. I mean, that was me against. I was playing against Tibola's Beelzebub, and I've been pretty vocal since pre-patch, right? Since like Beelzebub came out, that I feel like Catalina loses that matchup, and one of the things that came out of that is like, oh, this is one of the matchups where my Jita needs to come out. And that only evolved from the point where I was like, wow, this feels like crap. Let's see if this feels better. And then the Jita pick did end up feeling better.
I do hope that in the future, like, you know, he kind of looks at a secondary. It's like, I got to get this up to like a primary, because you know when people talk about secondaries, they're like, well, I have this character ready for this and this, but your character has to be just as strong as the other ones that you play. You got to get them up to that level, in my opinion, especially when you have a game like this where you don't have a lot of characters to worry about, so it's easier to kind of get that data and understand how matchups works and things like that. Like, so hopefully Super Saiyan can kind of get a better game plan going. We saw the idea, you saw the record come out as an anti-air, that was good. We knew the 2H wasn't going to reach, but other things got to come through a little bit better and you know, solidify. But that's, again, as you guys said, it's a local. We're out here playing, getting ready, getting that practice.
And probably most importantly, it's a free to enter local, right? Like, so like if you want to try some shit and see if your pocket is tournament ready, this is a good time to do it, because you're not losing anything but, you know, a little bit of time.
Yeah. And you're not losing time if you're practicing.
And also, I'm going to call your pocket free. Losing dignity.
Right, see, are we going still on? We did mention that we are going to stream all the matches.
Yeah, so I think
we have an amen bracket.
Mars is reinstalling real quick, so we may need to take a couple minutes to run some of winners and come back to his match.
Hopefully, yeah. And again, we're doing the same thing. It happened to Marvin.
No, okay, I think Mars is finished installing. Let's see where this goes. While we're waiting, just to remind everyone, if you want to support the players that you see here, you can hit up the Matcherino at matcherino.com/T/SSSO081520 GBVS. That same string you can use as a coupon code to put 50 cents into the pot for free. You can also check out the action from the sponsors like Kaiten Books. Any proceeds from those also will go towards the tournament pot. If you want to support the tournaments directly, you can hit up teespring.com/the-waifu-dome and check out the shirts, phone cases, hoodies, and more with the official art from Quasimodo X. And if you want to keep up to date with when the tournaments are happening, what games we're running, and whatnot, you can follow us at the Waifu Dome or myself at BG Callisto. And there is the YouTube to catch the archives of the past tournaments. So I believe Mars has gotten things reinstalled here, so I think we're going to get up and running. Looks like it's going to be Mars and Rogue.
I was going to say that this man reinstalled this game super fast. I've never seen Steam reinstall something that fast or after a re-download. Like,
well, I mean, if it's stored locally and you just uninstalled the game, right, like it might not have to fully re-download.
Ah, okay. We got that fiber internet. Let's see if he's got that fiber internet for the download against Rogue.
Unfortunately, even with fiber internet, we still have this netcode.
Yeah, still got the delay though. Hey man, 24th might come. September 24th might come. Rollback edition, baby.
Please don't give hope to people that are snuck.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
All right, so Mars against Rogue. This is a matchup that character-wise definitely favors Catalina, specifically because she can punish things that other characters can't with her absurd reaching 2M. But Sori's, I mean, can definitely hold his own, and Mars is familiar with this matchup. He knows when it is and isn't his turn. He can do things, speaking of sort of how Catalina can punish things of Sori's from far away, Sori's can actually punish her badly spaced thrusts from way further than most characters can. His 5M is very good at punishing her thrusts.
Yeah, we talked about that before, but that also what we talked about is that you and Mars play this matchup a ton, but it's one of those things where if you play a matchup and you only play like this one specific person so much, it could be really jarring to play against another player.
Oh, nice neutral jump.
Neutral
Andy
jump.
caught the punish on the landing.
At that right range too to get that the 2M.
Yeah, you need to sort of delay the JM if you're going to use JM as the neutral button, because lights and mediums have the same amount of hits done on a jump in, and then heavies have slightly more. So you're going to have less time to combo if you land a medium.
Mars waited 10 seconds in the corner and then he just field goal kicked. Yeah, that Flex putting in work against that jump U.
There's the DP from Rogue, taking his turn back.
Corner cap the throw.
Finds
Counter hit,
counter hit
pressing
lane.
button.
Oh, missed the sweep. Yeah,
No.
great preparedness by Mars. So there's supposed to be a sweep there so Catalina can JU over and side switch, and Mars recognized that that's still probably what Rogue wanted to do.
Right for the face, dog.
Yeah, in order for Mars to turn around that round, it's like, it's one of those things, some people just have an innate ability in those scramble situations to be aware, and that's something you have to train.
I mean, personally, like you look at this character trying to land something like that and doesn't get the full damage on the Skybound art, and you're like, damn, what do I do now? Like Mars having the awareness to be like, I'm still in it. Like this is still not a bad situation for me. That shows he's a strong player, but he's getting oppressed in the corner. The pickup with the EXTP hard knockdown.
One of the great things that Rogue has been showing week in, week out is this timing on the 2Ms. It's such a strong button, but if you're too predictable, but obviously you're gonna
Nice conversion. That was super high
great
up. I wasn't sure if that was going to work.
Oh, this is big damage right here.
Yeah, Rogue, you can tell by the way he was crouching when he got hit. If you try to jump on Wake Up and you get hit out of the startup of jump, you get forced into a crouching state. He was most likely looking for the command grab super skybound and just kind of holding up forward.
You know, actually, I didn't know that. Huh?
I didn't know that either.
That's why trying to jump out of pressure or use fuzzy jump is so dangerous in this game, because you eat crouching combos that would otherwise not be possible.
Okay.
Put that in my nose. Goddamn.
Oh, yeah.
Nice spot dodge.
Knew that
Great
was
spot
coming.
dodge from Mars. Okay. He's been good at DPing those fake strings, and Rogue has the corner again. Catalina likes to shine.
Yep, EXs were up. Rogue able to close it out. Plenty of damage still on the table.
Skybound art not even necessary for that finish. I mean, Rogue looking super strong. It's just, you said, just, timing at the 2Ms, not throwing him out all willy-nilly.
And these rounds have just gone like one miss, that miss sweep, and then just Mars having the awareness to anti-air. It's just like it just turned in an instant. But Rogue has been showing pretty in control of the neutral most of the time.
Rogue burning the EX Fireball, kind of expensive this matchup because just the way Sorius works without having a great anti-fireball tool, it's one of very few matchups where Catalina can sort of freely throw fireballs the way you traditionally would as a Shoto.
And Rogue giving it away right now, unfortunately, on that on the thrust.
Gets the
But
side
now
switch
has
though.
the corner
This is
position.
big. Good block by Mars.
Oh, catches the H. Rogue with the return with the EX Fireball. Plus frames up. Charging it up.
He
Smooth
almost
on
spot
through.
dodged too early. That was in
If you keep
wallbound
trying it,
territory
I'm gonna
too.
keep
That would have
denying
been a
it.
grip of damage if Mars would have spot dodged like just slightly more off.
We've seen Rogue go for those thrusts, and they've just not been working out. Either they're blocked and punished, or they're spot dodged.
So
in this matchup, at least.
Rogue's told me that that's generally a buffered one that he recognizes in time that it didn't hit, but he had already buffered, so he's trying to just salvage what he can out of changing the timing. Ooh, finds the jump over. Not enough time to combo, though. Got the side switch, though. That's good. EX thrust is up.
Yeah, he has the corner, and we've seen Mars being able to sit here for God knows how long.
That's punish.
But-
Ooh.
Until he turns it up.
No thrust.
Interrupt.
Okay, there it
Oh, you
is.
saw the counter hit. Got him pressing something.
We're gonna
Pick up the
spend.
DP.
Okay.
All right, goes
Oh,
to the
no,
overhead.
DP available.
This might miss, actually.
Oh, it's missed.
No, actually, it all connected.
Let's see.
Wow. The
I
Rogue
was
ROM,
surprised.
the Rogue ROM hack that I talk about constantly is so real because if I would have done that super in that same situation, the second hit would have whiffed and I would have gotten punished. I guarantee you, Rogue changing the registry files, making his own supers.
So
I
we ain't
was
seen this
definitely
one
very
before, dog. This is
surprised.
custom. This is modded right here. Rogue looking really solid. You know, the corner pressure obviously knows how to run that game plan. If they could just take off the thrust off the table, I think even more solidified in the neutral.
Great jumping though. Like Mars has the corner now. Oh, the
Interruption,
2M.
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 Good block by Mars.
Confirmed right in the thrust. You know.
Hasn't really
Chip.
hit on that overhead yet, but still has the pressure. 2M. Oh. Okay,
Finds the hard
Maybe
knockdown. That's
fireball.
big. Yeah, combo and EX thrust. Close enough for the wall bounce. EX
Wall
DP.
bounce and one confirm into Skybound. Could do
Back
it.
throw.
But big back throw of Destiny. Could change in an instant.
All right, things can go
Evasion.
downhill in a hurry
Yeah.
with this install.
Yeah,
The
this
damage
character
output changes,
gets
the
going.
speed of the moves is different. Those are plus frames. Gotta watch out for the
Hold him
follow.
down. 2-1-2, yo, the punish.
It's good.
the pick up.
Wow, that is definitely good. 38 yards out.
38 yards. Bringing it up far, but
Mars putting it through the uprights, going on to match point.
That was tight.
yeah.
I-
That whole corner sequence was ridiculous.
And that's the thing, like you were saying, Callisto, like this character when they pop that, I almost said trigger. When they take off the clothes.
Basically.
No, it is.
When they
That's a
reveal
V
what's
trigger.
underneath the
You know the
rope?
difference
Yeah,
between
yeah.
the difference between that and Fairy is that one doesn't run out, so he stays that
Yeah.
good. That is definitely like Nakali style.
Nakali, yeah.
All right, plus range backs away. Rogue waiting for the opening. Wait for whip punishment. Careful with those. The trade interrupts the thrust.
And that's huge.
Yeah, that was a big trade because now the EX thrust timer is down, and Mars doesn't have to worry about, even if he messes
also-
up here, he's not going to eat a giant punish. Timer
So
back
go
just
back
in
right
time,
the right
though.
time. EXDP.
Hard knockdown.
And
Good
now has
timing
EX
from Rogue.
Fireball as well.
Good timing by Rogue. But Mars finding his
gets
way
adapted.
in with the save it with the chest again. To him. Oh, let that picked up. It
Not
don't
close enough for
matter.
the wall bounce, though.
Yeah, coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Oh, this is a big counter hit. I think he can actually combo to. Okay, just takes
Okay, no.
the EX for the hard
Gotta be
knockdown.
careful. Of the raging dad.
Flex. Oh, he tried to
Caught a
press on
button,
minus.
and Mars gonna move on.
Oh, it's a great set. A lot of back and forth there, but yeah, Mars moving on, clutching it out. Lots of field goal kicks. That's good. Through the uprights.
Yeah, it's such. It's a really good move for Soris because it has the clash priority of a heavy move, but it has frame data that will. His other moves have frame data that will encourage you to challenge with a medium, and if you're late on your medium, that will just crush it. And outside of Catalina, most characters can't actually punish that move because of the pushback. So it's a little bit of a riskier call out for. Specifically for Soris, but Mars is willing to kind of take that risk reward for the good upfront move. So up next, we're going to have the Fairy Mare. It's going to be Zach in a box up against Marvin Pie.
I mean, I've talked to a lot of Fairy players. They don't like this. This is my favorite matchup.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know you like this mirror. I don't know if Marvin likes this mirror. Okay, so Marvin had told us that he actually was on the wrong
what's
color
this?
earlier, and this is the color that he chose to. So when I said he wouldn't use a color for a week, I already was right, but he's trying to option select and say
He already
that,
OS'd.
you know, this is the real one. So we'll see. We'll see.
Interruption right there from Marvin Pie. He's on the Ghost Girl. Zach in the box with the human, the before death.
So this is an interesting mirror because one of Fairy's one of the ways that she can open herself up to being punished when she's generally unpunishable is she has to cancel her specials, right? She always has to cancel something because Far 5H, Fairy can punish herself on block if you don't cancel the 5H. She can just 5H it herself. Good block on the side switch. Woo, trying to break some ankles, but too far for the grab.
Marvin Pie still upright.
Nice. Anti-air into the conversion. Tried to roll out.
Interrupts.
Gonna get comboed here. Another GG for the Oki. Yep.
Locks him down with a 2. The dash up throw.
Tip grab. That was hella far.
Yeah, he's in fuzzy mash. I should know Marvin knows that.
Oh, Zach with the late DP. Caught the walk forward. Pretty good shape here from Zach.
Ow.
And with the health to do that, that wasn't like the worst option too.
Oh,
6 on the clock. 10 seconds. Say, do
the
something.
2M
There you go.
underneath the far 5H. Zach able to close it out. Timer was pushing Marvin to take some action.
Good awareness to go for the low profile right there from Zach in the box.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Marvin and you have to make something happen, the far 5H is the button from there. Oh, Zach with the guard button, but he was standing. Marvin saw it in the 2L.
XCP again. Again, when you have that lead,
I had that was Zach actually that saw it. I had them mixed up. I had to look at the color and be like, oh, actually, that's Zach. Zach in a pretty commanding position here, and he finds the
there
sweep.
It is.
Sweep's so good that it even beats a top-tier character like Fairy.
What's the best counter pick for Fairy Sweep? Fairy Sweep. You see so much in this matchup as sweep.
That's how real that is.
The only answer for a top tier with a gun is a 7-frame unpunishable sweep.
From the same character. Zach in the box with the lead right here, at least in terms of matches, but...
Ooh, that was an interesting option to wait on town.
Oh, he almost got me.
It's a knockdown. Do anything right after.
The only thing that can punish Fairy Sweep is Fairy Sweep.
Sweep. The return.
Actually, you can't punish with Fairy Sweep.
Oh yeah, actually I think it's 8 frames for the sweep.
Yeah, unfortunately you can't. I don't know if I'd like that better if you could though.
I feel like that would get... Ooh!
Did you sound the deck?
Nicely done.
Yeah, I can see EX. Marvin Pie a lot more active this time. A lot more aggressive. Starting to work out. Second box willing to grind these matches out, but Marvin Pie's aggression is working out. Smooths on through, gets the sweep, the hard knockdown. You gotta hold this, DP.
Yeah,
falls with the GG. And that's finished. Man, Marvin Pie.
It's a really clutch roll through the 236L that Marvin saw to establish that position in the corner and find the hit to close things out. He swung himself in the corner though.
That's bad.
Push back. You gotta work your way. This is the funny thing. Is like as Fairy, you gotta work your way towards Fairy. At some ranges, at least. Trade. Okay, Zach gonna take advantage of this.
Oh, I messed up.
Marvin popped the mash.
I was supposed to be a high block. Accident got spot dodged because I was.
And Marvin closing out game 2. We got a 1-1 match.
Marvin just being aggressive and finding the moments to turn that defense into offense is what, to me, is what's letting him win. Let's see what Zach in the box can do to kind of turn this up, because Zach in the box sitting here saying, I love this matchup. This is fine for me. Marvin Pie hates it, and maybe that's making him play a lot better, to be honest.
I keep messing up my defense.
Pick up. Marvin Pie again with this lead, with this positioning. The interruptions all working out.
I gotta hold this. Nice.
So overhead opens them up. You hit it like a can.
Marvin on match
point.
point.
In the corner.
Okay, interruption right there using the hula. That's why the EX now it's gone off the table. Even in a mirror match, you play around that. When they lose those meters, you kind of adjust your game plan to that.
GG.
She's gone. Nice.
No.
Little delay doesn't matter. Zach blocking out will take a little bit of damage for the exchange.
That's not what I wanted. Oh god, that's bad.
Oh, it's gone.
Zach in a scary situation. He has the lead, but of course, JH though.
I keep trying to empty jump Marvin. I can't.
Yeah, one of the things that empty jump setups generally will lose to fuzzy mashing. So yeah, you got to be careful with going for the late landing normal like that. It'll get counter hit by a good fuzzy mash.
Nice.
Oh, didn't get the EX. To get the full combo right there, Marvin Pie.
Ooh, that was almost punished by the GG. That would have been really scary for Zach. Zach nursing the slightest life lead right now. Good air to air and the
back
tail.
down. Oh,
it's bad.
The XCP.
Super setup. Yeah,
Sending
Zach's
out the
got
ball.
this mix up.
Imagine a Fairy player having to hold a Fairy mix up with a back throw. He stays alive.
Throw, but he wasn't looking for the return throw by Zach.
Yo, return of the mag. Zach.
Ah, good stuff.
But it doesn't matter. That was great defense by Zach in the last portion of that, but I just think Marvin Pie's aggression just a little bit too much on point, and find those moments to really make things happen. Marvin Pie moving on.
All right, so up next we're gonna have Kilo Kizzer. These two have played a bunch of times before. Kizzer has definitely taken individual weeks of SSSO over Kilo. Kilo's also, stormed back sometimes and, was like, hold up. So we're going to see Percival and Gran. No real surprises here. This is definitely a matchup that is like... Percival has some pretty good mix-up and stuff, but you have a character who's basically always safe against a character who is very often punishable, and those can definitely make a big difference in gameplay.
Playing on that, that far H range, I'm about to say, be careful throwing that out. The boot trades. Kilo just won't throw that sucker out.
Even then,
though.
Not just Gran, but like every character. Like if you walk back out of round start bar 5H, you can just sweep. You can whip punish Percival with sweep from there on every character. It'll always work.
The pickup right here. For the lights overhead, gets
Kilo
blocked.
Takes the back throw. Because they're not willing to bet the EXDP here just yet. Because they're challenging with the 2L, trying to find some space, and he finds a back throw to switch positioning. That's big.
Plus frames.
Good block by Kilo. Kizzer doesn't have to make a whole lot happen here, but he does need to not get hit by Gran, and that's the hard part. And he's in wall bounce territory now. And EX thrust caught the startup of the fireball. Kizzer taking the first round.
Recognized the flash, went for it. I love that awareness. I was thinking about Gran, it's like he's never really out of it, right? Like he's got that damage, the Skybound Art, man. That DP, I got one too.
Oh, wow. Kilo surprisingly not ready for the 2H. Usually he's pretty on top of whipping a boot and being ready for the anti-air. Nice air grab. Yeah, not holding the JH versus JU mix up there, just meeting him in the air with the air grab. Fortunate trade for Kizzer.
Good deal. It's fireball, put him to the corner. With the back throw, Kizzer with these back throws.
Kizzer there took advantage of the
happen.
grab, and he went for the safe jump to run the Oki despite not having any stock. So a pretty aggressive option there. That was almost around. Oh my god, that Link's on regular hit against standing? Come on, Grant. Come on.
Hold these plus frames. But just waiting for the down.
That's actually wild. I knew that linked against crouching. I didn't know that he got 2M, far 5M against standing. That is like actually bonkers.
You've been doing round start 2 and 4M and a clash, of course.
So that jump H2, delicious. So this character again, blessed in so many ways. Got Kizzer locked down the corner. Kilo with the pickup off the wall. The XCP for the finish. Didn't even need the Skybound Art for the finish at all, too.
All right, Kilo storming back, taking 2 rounds. Going to go up 1-0 here.
Round start.
Yeah, round start 2 and 4L, and it's been working. I mean, it's one of the stronger round starts, let's be real. But
yeah.
especially because if Kizzer is trying to swing with 5H at the start.
The other big thing is that Gran M Fireball will beat most things that you can do to call out. Yeah, there was a bit of slowdown here. The players both taking a moment to feel out the connection.
I thought it was just great neutral going on.
No, there was definitely a chunk of slowdown kind of early in the round right after that opening 2-1-4L hit. So I think the players are going to take a moment and feel things out.
I don't know. This just looks like good neutral to me. I don't know.
At some point, y'all gotta go in. It's 50 seconds on the clock. Gotta do something at some point. It might be fine now.
I mean, if you're Kilo, you have a life lead, so you actually don't need to do anything, right?
You're just like, oh yeah, there's slowdown.
Let's wait it out. Nice.
Cancel.
Punch the DP. Rarely ever see that. DPs land so quickly. For the sweep. Back to mid screen. X-rays on the boot too. Kilo, the space.
Nice.
Trying to get the
Great 5L. Recognizing the whiff.
God, the pickup on these DPs has been absolute money right now. You see him, you see the DP whiff. I got a 5H.
Wow.
No big deal. Dash up, throw.
It's going to be a safe jump.
Finish it off.
Goes for the empty jump low, actually. That was a pretty big risk by Kizzer. Opened himself up to potential mashing by just going for the mix-up, but able to close out the round again. And again, 2-1-4 L
again. It's so strong in most matches, but especially I feel like in this matchup, it's been, you know, you can't, Percy can't round start with 5H and kind of has to hold it. Oh, we tried to
fortune
get
trade
air,
for
but both
Kilo
the trade.
there. Oh no!
Oh, what a pickup!
Because they're trying to sneak
It
a
always
stock in.
has.
You know the worst part was that was only a light stock, so he died for a stock.
Watch out with the boot.
The boot has been trading with Gunflame, and man, it's been working out for Kilo because he gets so much corner push on that trade.
Nice, good pickup. Little bad choice in the spot dodge. Oh yeah, a little late to punish that. That was almost another counter hit. That would have been another 5H punish because they're pretty consistent. If he sees you late spot dodge, Gunflame, and knows you're going to get counter hit, he's usually ready to pick up the far 5H.
Went to another DP. He's eating all these DPs for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
All right, Kilo willing to
Careful
bet it.
there.
I mean, he's on match point right now, right? So any hit into Super Skybound or even regular Skybound is going to seal this tournament. Oh, no, and he has full invuln.
5U.
Oh, but he gets clipped.
no
This might
matter.
close the round, actually.
It's gonna be
Right there.
far.
No,
Oh,
he's
no,
still
not quite.
alive.
The
He has a
cutscene.
minus
The
5 DP.
Little late sweep.
I cannot believe with a fully stocked 5U on deck, Kilo chose to go with, he was looking for the big swing with the far 5H instead,
Yeah.
trying to use maybe the threat of the invuln 5U to buy himself a button buffered into super. Good patience here by Kizzer. Finds the back throw.
Ooh, okay.
Gonna get the positioning reset. Here's a counter hit.
Wait, confirm. 2L
Stocks
hit.
up.
Yep, wait out, bait it, punish a little bit.
That was sort of an
Not a
awkward
huge
height
amount,
on
but-
the DP punish, so I sort of like that he didn't spend his EX because now he had EX dash available for that mix. Kizzer with a pretty commanding lead, and he finds the grab, and
Empty
that's going to
throw.
close it out. Kizzer on match point. What?
Oh yeah, we've seen that before. I got surprised by it still, but I've seen that
I was
from
trying to
Kilo
take a
before.
sip of water, and I got stressed out, and I choked on the water. That was, excuse me.
Got stressed when someone else is fighting for or fighting EX Grand, gets the EX boot to pick up the EX
Yeah,
DP.
something about reversal
Hard
EX
knockdown?
boot or reversal non-EX boot. I want to point out in the middle of a block string. I'm stressed.
But yeah, we've seen that from Kilo before. It's definitely a good knowledge check from Kilo. It's just like, yeah, boot is gonna beat a lot of options out of the EX run. Ooh, yeah,
Went
the
with
5H after the
yeah.
clash.
He'll
He's
never
so
lose.
ready.
He'll never lose.
Ooh, that was actually a super fortunate trade for Kizzer there. Was able to keep Kilo from comboing off the wall bounce. He's evened up a chunk of the life here. Has corner positioning.
Next range. Oh, sweep for a sweep. You're
That's
lucky.
sweep. Oh,
That didn't land
Oh,
right
no,
now.
I think that was supposed
Is
to
there
be
going?
That was Skybound.
Sweep.
Or
Or yeah,
DP
maybe
at
Skybound.
least.
No anti right there. So throw the EX Fireball. That's off the table.
This is a big positioning switch because Kizzer.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's gonna do it though.
But it doesn't matter.
That's what I was talking about. Kizzer is ready to find the 5H for the counter hit if you spot dodge Gunflame, and that was a clutch conversion. 5H,
Nice.
EX dash into the low, and he's able to close it out into a Skybound. Kizzer moving on to winners finals against Marvin Pie. Good stuff.
Stuff indeed, yeah.
All right, so that's going to bring us down to our losers side. First losers quarters going to be, I believe, Zach in a box up against Mars.
Okay.
And this is actually a matchup that Mars has said repeatedly, but also proven it a few times, that he feels that Soris has, at worst, an even matchup against Fairy. He feels this is a totally winnable matchup for Soris. And a lot of what we've seen is the ability for Soris to move forward and attack at the same time safely, right? He can back out.
You might want to cut that sentence short.
Uh-oh, hold on, hold on.
Throwing out the bad matchups out the window, the possible bad matchups. There's no go. Like at the Vegeta.
I got a Vegeta itch.
I gotta imagine having
And
that
we
4
can't
movement on the
accuse
Rekkas and stuff
Zach
like
of
that
slumming
can help
because Jita is also a very, very good character.
out. Of course. She's still up at the top too. Using the fireball pressure, it's gonna be hard for Mars to move around that, Saurus. And also, you got the Rekkas too as well. So 2 forward movement things that you got to watch out. But speaking of that, never mind. There's the Rekkas.
That is actually a big reason why, mentioned earlier when I played SSK that I also played Jita, but one of the main reasons why I chose to go back to Catalina almost full time is that Jita can have trouble comboing from far range hits that Cat or Gran would be able to combo from. And you can see that he caught the counter hit far 5H. EX Rekka didn't combo, and from that point on, Mars found his turn and was able to make stuff happen with him.
Ow.
EX Rekka whip punish. Keep in mind, her medium and EX Rekkas count as a heavy in terms of clash, so they're going to actually smoke a lot of neutral buttons.
That's why they're just good, movement buttons, good control buttons as well. Again, in charge of Fireball too as well, you have to work around that. But Mars
Zach
been doing
tried
a
to
great
get the
job
punish,
doing
was a
so.
little too early with the close 5H. That would have definitely been damage.
Mars get hit with a Fireball, take it to the corner. It's a medium vegan. EX Rekka. Pick up. Yeah, charge Fireball.
Takes a safe jump. Doesn't cash out with the super just yet. Nice jump out. Missed his filler button to get the link, but still pretty good corner positioning here. Oh, Zach challenged, but he didn't have the super on deck.
Yeah. Down with the lockdown pressure.
Big whip
there we go.
punish.
Gets a
Zach's
Rekka.
going to close it out, get the hard knockdown.
There's one more hit to do it though.
Anyone's round right now.
Take this. Oh man, it's Chip.
Zach
it's
started
Chip
on
for Mars.
timers.
You can't get hit.
Whoa, and he just threw out the EX Rekka, and Mars got caught staring.
I was waiting for that EX Rekka to come back.
I believe you were Mars in that situation. You were like definitely knew it might have been coming, but you were so scared of everything else that you're like, what can I do in this situation? Like trying to feel things out. Never mind. Doesn't matter. EX Rekka. Next round.
Zach misses the unblockable when you whiff a grab in someone's face and trick them into also mash and grab.
Trade. Oh, someone's right after. Now Zach starting to put some fireballs in the middle of his strings.
Oh, caught the late JU. Mars tried to anti-air it a little bit late there. That or might have been a spot dodge and just got clipped because it was low. Zach should be able to close it out. Is he doing the real one? Here we go. Has he got it? And that should do it for game one, I believe. Ooh, just short. I'm a liar.
Man, the scaling of this game is so different.
No anti-air from Zach.
Skydon Art does different damage in different situations and things like that to pick up, but Zach's sitting pretty right now, but this may be all gone. Old man too powerful out here.
And EX Rekka.
EX Rekka's so good.
Dude, the Taylor Tapes has been that move in not only the neutral, but also finishing things off for the chip as well.
EX Rekka's so stupid.
It's ridiculous, and it locks you down. And what can Mars do at certain like ranges and things like that? He has to hold that or the fireballs and stuff. Rush punch, surround start. That's what we're doing. Trying to get in before things get started. Late tech, DP on the wake up is Zach.
Yeah, one of sort of the drawbacks for Mars here is that he's very good at using spot dodge to avoid things. That is actually kind of a cornerstone of Asori's gameplay. But Jita specifically, if you're spot dodging her charged fireballs, the frames kind of come back in her favor pretty heavily there because of the quick recovery on the charged fireball. Big anti-air, gets the forward dash into the conversion. Not big damage, but a lot of space out of the corner for Zach here. And now this is danger range. Oh, wow. Didn't get the punish on the spot dodge.
On the jewels. The EX hands. It's a follow-up.
And nice jump. Caught
raging
it.
Dad.
That's going to do it for this round.
And that's the second, maybe third time I've seen in my life that has killed. Like, on God. That super at the right. Mars is a damn genius to have that dialed out at the right amount. Oops. Let's look at that damage. Put up the stocks. That makes him more powerful. When he gets the old man mode, the Fudoshi mode. Spot dodge the fireball, but Zach aware.
Hits. No buffer though. Yeah. There we go. That's going to be the far 5H counter hit into EX Rekka. Zach finds the hit. Taking the regular Rekka knockdown. A lot of resources here for Zach.
Big Zach. Get some damage for that one. Dash up. Locking these out though. It's fireball for the lockdown.
Ooh,
ow, that hurt.
Counter hit and the install. This is going to hurt. Straight into the super. And it didn't reach. What? I told you that super sucks.
Oh my God, this super's terrible. So gets the turn anyway. Zach was thinking it was over, but it wasn't.
I got mine.
Until Mars went through with it. That's a great thing. Mars like, listen, this doesn't reach. I'm still committing to some buttons right after.
That's something that you actually do have to be ready for against Soris. Is like, I hate to say it against him, but you have to assume that super might whiff, and if he's in the animation, just hold up forward. Like, like you have to be ready for that super to miss.
Believe in victory. Battle 1. Engage.
Try to empty low, no go. Nice CP. Great lead too.
All right, good spacing.
Rush punch coming through. On the other
Soris
side,
finding the
exactly
punches.
position.
All right, fortunate trade for Mars there, and the backdash into the dash punch.
And you kind of see how that rush punch kind of like rears back just a little bit outside the range
I don't
of
know if that was
Gina.
supposed
There's
to
a
combo or
down.
if that was an intentional mix, but I got.
Yo, what? Is it Mars looking really good right here? Using the rush punch to kind of stay out the range and kind of like fade away a little bit. That the way I guess it like kind of rears back is looking kind of difficult. That with the spot dodges, it's just creating holes in the Zac.
All right, Zac showing one of the hard parts of finding Cheetah is just dealing with the speed, right? Her ability to just run up on you from so far. Zac with the reset. That maybe was supposed to be an EX something that got kind of plinked. Big spot dodge,
right
but gonna get whip
He's
punish. Zac able to close it out. That was a little bit scary because he definitely had a kill hit in the corner and got an overhead that I think he wasn't looking for. EX wreck around start. Misjudged the throw.
A little bit, just a little bit. Not a lot of damage, so. Now with the X fireball for the rush punch coming through.
Runs into a Rekka though. Zac with the corner positioning. Keep in mind this is match point, both players.
EX, Zac looking really good right now.
Zac spends it all for the hard knockdown. Not going to have a lot of EXs here. All right, Rekka's back. Fireball coming back. DP came back just in time. That was like the frame the timer came up that Zac was able to get that DP out. And there's another one in the medium. Big risk by Zac, but he finds the gap to close out. And Zac looking pretty good here.
This is looking long for Mars right here because there's not much you can really do. You can't really get hit. But there's a ton of damage. But you gotta make sure everything.
And the
I was
cancel,
gonna say, you gotta make sure everything's blocked.
Mars trying to get away there. Zac closes it out. Going to be moving on to loser semis. Counter pick working out for him. Sometimes you just
don't
gotta
give me
play
a character with a
you know.
DP.
Yeah, sometimes you know.
Give me a character with a DP. I get scared every time
Speaking of characters with DPs, a whole lot of DPs coming up next. Going to be myself against Kilo.
Man.
Plenty of DPs to go around for everyone. Plenty of clashes that I'm going to die because I clashed with literally anything that Gran did. It's
I will
be
say
fun.
somebody in our Discord, I forgot who it was, put a bounty on Kilo. Whoever's gonna, I think, put him in the losers and eliminate him. He's getting free subs at Callisto's Twitch channel, but unfortunately Callisto is the manager of his own Twitch channel. So, I think it was T-Bola, so we'll see. I don't know how we'll work that out.
Become too powerful to jump in right here. Pick him up the unique, the 2H.
Oh.
A few errors there, I think. Locking up though, able to have the time for unique to charge up. Callisto still back against the wall, trying to find his way out. The boot, dodge, DP.
Speaking of,
yeah, we're talking about that. He was talking about that. He said, "I'm gonna do it." Didn't prove anybody a liar. And Kilo gets blocked right here. Kilo.
That's a big side switch.
All out.
That was big. That's huge because Cat in the corner is party time. Yeah, great block on that boot. Yeah, a lot of patience for Callisto. Doesn't want to get hit by a boot. That's the hardest thing. You want to press buttons in fight games, right? But you just can't against Gran all the time.
Oh, that sweep is so far.
That's one reason why.
Oh my god, that wall bounce from so far. Come on, Gran.
Hey, we've been through this week in, week out. We know. You're just going to assume it's going to wall bounce you out.
It's always wall bounce, people. It's always wall bounce.
It always has.
It always has. To him right here. Counter hit. Just 2 hits right there. Hitting up the boot.
Trying to get that fireball
too
spacing.
far for the whip punish.
I can spacing.
Yeah.
Out.
You know when Kilo's getting that by that corner, you know he's going to try to
really?
He's fighting out with 2 and 4L. Oh, great confirmed. How is he so good?
TP right here.
Oh,
Spot touch. Yo, caught him pressing a button, so you weren't aware. Nice TP though. We out. Yeah, back to mid-screen. Not a big deal for Callisto. As far as the range. Pickups.
Oh,
Pick
yeah,
up
if
the
I was
EX
Grant, I bet that would have
thrust.
bounced.
You mid-screen, it'll bounce. Nice move through with Fireball. But yo, Kilo with the stock up. The
Oh,
trade.
must be nice.
We talked about
Must be nice to be Grant.
No, you're not that, right? You're not.
Nice.
No, he's not. He's not. No, there's no. Yeah. There's still gonna be, for sure.
Yeah, they're scared.
Yeah.
Still a lot of help. See all that red? Damn, you're dead though. You gotta be real careful
Oh, he
here. And
tried
my
to
man
go for the
answered back.
classic, but didn't have the spacing for it.
What an answer to hit the Rekkas as a response to the EX thrust. Maybe thinking like, I don't know, maybe it was going to be a clash. He was going to dial out regardless.
There's actually a
or
space
just
where you
catching
can
any forward
punish
movement.
that spot dodge with EX thrust that I was looking for. Oh, okay, that's good. That should do that. Oh, yeah, this is...
Nice interruption off that. He's the head.
Put me back in the corner.
Oh, see him.
Okay.
That unique being able to side switch there. My man, he's living in the clashes. He knows what's going to happen right after. He's Miss Cleo. You got to do more though. To finish
Nice
off
roll
Callisto. This
through
can be
the-
Shin Callisto at any point. DP
Yeah,
baited,
and-
punish.
Great bait on the DP. Oh.
The pickup that he wanted.
Oh,
2H
2H. It was a setup.
Yep.
Miss combo was a setup. Got him in the scramble situation. Kilo jump. 2H him out of the air. Callisto's on the board. What a jump.
Yeah, it could have been real bad. The 2H could have landed, but did not.
yeah.
Unfortunately, Callisto's going in right now, getting the full combo, full push in the corner. Just as Grand would, just as Grand should with this character. Buffering them L's and inserting some different moves
2H.
here. But here we go. Anti-airs on the deck. Callisto pushing back out. Gets in the fireball, but the sweet dog, a low
How
profile.
many active frames does that have?
That's crazy. Jump L gets interrupted. And the full
Oh
push
my
combo.
God.
EX boot dog. Granblue Fantasy. And that's
Granblue Fantasy.
about to be a reality of him moving on in this bracket. Kilo on match point.
Callisto's just been getting harassed by the boo, and you can tell from his reactions every time he gets by the boo. I'm laughing, but yeah, we've all been there. Okay, trying to get that positioning switch and
Oh, yeah.
close to the
He
corner.
should have a strike as a fireball.
Hey, yeah, Kilo has been actually something we don't mention is Kilo's use of B fireball. Excuse me, M fireball. Oh, what a punish! Yeah.
On him.
Oh, it didn't wall bounce. Huh?
Catching
That's
the plus,
good.
constant plus frames right here. And Kilo's backing up, letting those other stocks come back.
I'm dead. Yeah.
Letting them build up for the finish.
He's
There's
Go
still
for
a
the skybound.
chance.
Final last hit.
There's still a
Oh,
chance.
but there's still a chance.
Yeah.
But this
yeah.
is grand.
GG's.
But this is grand.
That was a bad situation. I mean, that was the point. I just shouldn't have gotten myself put in that situation in the corner.
There's not much you can do at that point. But Kilo gonna be moving on to loser semi. So. Yo, every time the boot hit, I can't.
Jesus,
I'm sorry.
You know,
for
it's not even so
laughing.
much that it hits; it's that it the situations that it clashes in. He also
Yeah.
wins that for free because I pushed a button. Like, it's not even about where it hits from. It's about the fact that even if it doesn't hit, I still lose.
Yeah, there's such a commanding force behind boot because when he whiffs it, you have to be ready for the spacing where it whiffs, or if you're jumping while he's.
It doesn't whiff. There's it can't whiff with 42 active frames, and plus when it does whiff,
Well, it
it's
did
plus it's has no recovery. So
That's why I was laughing because you I forgot what you did, but you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And it whipped in front of you and he 5M'd or something like that.
He did the unique right after and side switch right after.
Something.
yeah,
after the
it
wall
was
bounce
that
or
it was
something
the
crazy.
boot into some. Oh no, it was the fact that 2H pushed me back. I flipped over his head and his 2H put me back in front. So instead of getting those wall bounce combos where you get forced over their heads, so they have to choose between the sweep max damage or sweep you for Oki, Grand gets both because 2H just puts you back in front from behind.
Right.
Good old Graham. Now we're gonna see some good old Percy right here. Another top character against Fairy. Another top character as well.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Marvin, has it been a month or two? Had an exhibition against a Percival, right? And he was asking a lot of questions about Percival, and he really put in his time to really understand this match. And a lot of 2H's come out. Yeah, the sweep.
Yeah,
we saw it against Super Saiyan Kid.
I mentioned it earlier, but that is one of the big things you need in this matchup is recognizing the spacing of Far 5M or Far 5H into Gunflame that you can trade a sweep. Except he's fairy, so that can be half screen, like literally anywhere.
This
Lockdown right here.
that setup is always interesting. That when Marvin used that, he just used it. It's just good mix up, but he used it to get some timers on his EX moves back.
The Kizzer used his only stock on medium Gunflame, trying to buy some space to the corner, but didn't have a whole lot left at that point. Ooh.
There's a range, that tip of the range will not combo.
Where it doesn't actually. I think it also, if you're trying to like properly confirm, you might be a frame late. Like you might have to first frame cancel.
Yeah, that's usually what you have to do against 5H. So it's actually not a confirm.
Oh, that's going to be
that
the
was
round.
a great
Yeah.
whip, man. That's a round.
Nice recognition that the whip was going to hit, and Marvin able to run up, continue the combo off the GG juggle. Keep in mind, this is winners finals, so this is a 3 out of 5 set.
So they got a while. They got a lot to play. You know.
Yeah.
Make the adjustments will come. They can come back at any point. The dash up. That's one adjustment.
Yeah, and
Command
it's
dash,
hard
round
because
start.
those are just huge risks. You just gotta have Fairy just be off guard, and you kind of have to cycle through a bunch of risks as Percival. And once you get in, it's pretty good. But
Yeah.
One of the big things that is very hard for Percival in this matchup compared to other characters is like the general game plan for most characters against Fairy, unless they have very fast movement to just get in, you're trying to counter hit her buttons. You can't whiff punish Fairy in most cases, but you can counter hit her buttons on the way out, which means you have to push your button first, calling out when she's going to push hers. Percival's the most whiff punishable character in the game for free, and then Fairy is, one of the best whiff punishing characters in the game as well. So like, those things don't add up for Percival to be throwing out preemptive buttons very well. Ooh, too far for the grab.
it did work. That 5H did work, but yeah, exactly like you said. He's trying to swing with that 5H to counter hit, but he just...
It's got to get away from GG. Yeah, good
Nice.
recognition by Marvin
Nice.
Pie.
Close.
Tip.
That was a really tough situation. He didn't move as far forward as he wanted to, so GG was still there behind him, and if he got put into block stun by GG, that was pretty checkmate.
No, we've seen Marvin use that EXGG to, he stays back, the screen doesn't move, and then he just has the set play after that, basically.
Spreader swing.
It's really
The distance
reminiscent
he's
of
able to walk
that squiggly move from Skullgirls that like puts an orb on the screen and then moves the screen, right? Like that thing, except Fairy can't necessarily move the screen, but if you're already at full screen, she can put the GG out there and then not move forward so that you're forced to block. Anti-air, that's going to be the combo.
Anti-air 2H, great round. It's so in control, and it's in Fairy's favor, but you have to be on point. You have to have those sequences down. Okay, like Percival can jump here and I'll 2H here. And that just really tips the scales in Fairy's favor.
Yeah, I think that's something that does need to be cleared up kind of often, is that when you hear that Fairy is the best character in the game, she is the best character in the game, that doesn't mean that winning with her is like free or easy necessarily.
Yeah.
It's that
for sure.
she has the most tools. You still have to figure out how to use those tools correctly. She just has the most options to cover the most situations.
And some of them are pretty bonkers, but you have to pick the right options and
Unless it's
Sweep
sweep. Sweep is always the right option.
Okay, that's the one that you don't have to worry about.
That's the one.
You gotta be careful on your deepest and things like that. You don't have the fastest normals and things like that as well.
That's when I get
when you get up close,
salty,
they start piecing you up.
Like about Fairy, it's not that I like mind losing to Fairy or blocking on the mix-ups or anything. All I want is I want the other player to have to think at some point, is it a good idea for me to sweep here? Fairy never has to consider, is it okay to sweep here? She just has to push the sweep.
I mean, I think about it. I think about like, wow, this is a really good time to sweep, and that's 95% of the time.
And that's why Marvin cooked you. Because you stopped to think about it, and Marvin pushed the sweep.
That's the
I stopped to think about how good it is, whereas Marvin already knew that.
He's internalized the high tier of sweep. Ooh, great cancel with the far 5M. Kizzer,
That's
though,
going off the table for a little
takes
bit.
advantage of the kind of awkward situation after to run in and find the grab. Ooh, sneaks his stock. That was big.
You see, Kizzer,
Damage right there.
Is he going to get jabbed in the
That's
super?
why.
No, didn't get the
he
right height
missed
for the
it,
jab.
and it slowed down right there.
Dropped it. Yeah, that little bit of that drop on every end, even happened on mine. I'm like, no, but still able to right the ship here.
Okay, great.
Right.
To counter hit.
DP for the spacing.
Yeah.
Again, an EX this time.
Yeah, EX, you don't want to, if you're that far and you really want to anti-airing, you don't want to mess around if he's going to jump you or anything, just EXDP. There it is. To you, to
Nice
H.
patience by Kizzer.
Oh, and he finds the H.
Yeah, and that's something you have to do as Percival. You just have to wait out all this storm of normals, GGs, whips.
And that's in
He does have
general.
two
I mean,
stocks, too.
that's the game plan against Fairy, right? Is you wait for her to do the cancel that you're looking for, and you hope that you don't die before she does. Oh, that's ran out of invuln.
There's a little bit of startup on that. And,
Oh no!
Oh, no!
Okay.
the overhead, but didn't get the confirm.
Oh no!
Too far for the light uppercut to make contact, and Marvin finds the
It's
punish.
unfortunate.
Clutch patience by Marvin at the end there. He created a scramble and then kind of intentionally did nothing with it. Just hung back and let Kizzer be the one to try to make something happen out of the scramble. So that's going to move Marvin on to the winner's side of Grand Finals and move Kizzer to Losers Finals. Up next, we're going to have our Losers Semis. Going to be Kilo against Zach in a box.
Kilo, let's see if you can contain the man that is Kilo.
Got a feeling.
You know, watching Kizzer play though.
I got a feeling the Vegeta's getting put away.
Yeah, it's time to go back to the fairy.
Thank you for reminding me.
That's the thing about the fairy, right? That's the thing about fairy is like you can run this matchup for a long time and Kilo's like, I got one EX boot and a prayer and I'm in. You got to hold a lot of pressure and you can't get opened up. So let's see what Zach in the box does to contain
I've
Kilo.
been successful against Kilo a handful of times, but it just takes a lot of blocking. Have to really block a lot of 2Ms in the corner, especially if I get put. Oh my god.
All right, Zach in the box on the P1 side.
Again, running the fairy. Gets a sweep though. Round start. Kilo looking really great here with the corner push.
Oh no!
The trade.
Ooh,
This time.
enough hits to actually Zach with the no
Matter.
cancel, and that one ended up being the correct decision. Gonna have to put that one in the archives. Rare footage of Grand losing a clash.
It's clip worthy right there. Max distance on the boot again. The cannon.
Just kidding, don't clip it because I don't want any evidence of Grand losing a clash situation because I want his options torn apart.
Nerf. Just like you want this damage, probably nerf, my friend. Look at how much is off the table. Not at the kill though.
Zach
And the
trying to
cutscene,
find
but
the
it doesn't
back
matter.
grab.
Punish the throw. That's just unfortunate. You try to switch the situation, but just too far out. Kilo with the first one. Power pressure, yo. Again,
Sorry,
the
Zach.
boot.
I see what Zach's saying. It's more fun when you're watching your friend get blown up than when you're fighting it. It's not so bad.
Why do you think I'm on the commentary desk, dog? Why do you think I'm on here? It's so much more fun watching Kilo get these corner conversions right here and the tons of damage. And Zach's trying to block this out.
Oh,
I tried to
no.
jam. What a
EX
mistake.
boot.
I tried to press the button.
How could
What a
you?
mistake that was. Yeah.
Tail of tapes again. The boot.
That, as much as we're joking there, that is, I think, kind of like you need to redefine neutral on a matchup basis, right? And neutral against Gran is not necessarily pushing buttons to beat his buttons. It's about waiting for him to exhaust his options and then finding a spot to get a hit. Because, you know, EX Fireball and EX Boot are just strong options, but they do have a recast timer.
Help.
Right now, Kilo going in, has pushed, Zach the box to the corner, bringing something off with the sweep, no EX, but never mind. We're pushing back out. Zach in the box trying to work himself away from this character. The fireball.
Right.
It
All right,
catches
big back
him,
throw.
but the back throw. Okay, this is a fortunate turn.
That's sick.
But man, with the EXDP, I'm not holding a damn thing, says Kilo.
That
And
was
the
a
side switch too.
very,
I love his awareness too.
That was an interesting bust out by Kilo because he
wanted
actually
to,
doesn't use EXDP in that situation very often, right? Like he's very leans very far towards light DP, so he actually was willing to risk his DP timer there.
It's working out.
paid
Match
off.
point Kilo. Yeah. Moments like that where maybe you just don't introduce them like right now, or I'm like not right now, but like normally they come out in other times, and your opponent's just not aware. Nice 2H. Zach aware with that anti-air.
All right, Zach still needs a little bit more space of the corner. Still in wall bound situation. This is going to be a side switch.
Okay.
I knew it.
No, but the DP.
And the bust out.
I mean, if you're in Zach's position there, you have to attempt the side switch, right? Like,
Yeah,
you have to risk that DP. That's probably going to do it. Yeah, he's... Bye-bye. Oh, what?
Okay.
The one time
So
ever that Grand regular
H?
Super Skybound doesn't kill?
Oh, GG.
Doesn't matter. The jump H coming through, crowning him. Kilo. Every week, man. I keep saying it. This character's butter noodles, with the side of slight salt. But when I see him being played by Kilo,
you know what it is? He is noodles and butter,
feast.
but it's like the most expensive noodles you could possibly get. It's like what the artisan, the grandma, the whatever Italian for abuela is in the back just made the noodles by hand. All the noodles are plus on block.
the truffle butter too on the side.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
It's Parmesan garlic butter. No, there's no Land O'Lakes in here.
There's something about just having ingredients and that they're just quality. It's not anything fancy ingredients, but they're just quality ingredients. That's grand.
Yeah, that's how Kilo plays. Quality play.
And this is a run back. Yeah, Kizzer did put Kilo into losers, and we'll see if he can do it again.
And this is a 3 out of 5. Kizzer does have to hold off the run from Kilo here for longer than he did the first time around.
Wow, 5.
In a longer match, I thought like Kizzer was like really great in containing. See, like right there, already punishing the DPs. Maybe not even getting big ones, but just deterring, if you can at least, Kilo. But let's see how much Kilo will be deterred, will be contained. Kizzer with a great life leap with the jump U. Doesn't really connect deep enough for a combo. There's a sweep. Oh man, these jump U's working out. And the corner push up the corner run. Sorry, corpse run.
This time the meaty and got whip punished by Wake Up 5M.
That 5M could have been real dirty too off a bounce. Cancel all the plus range, dog. Don't press the damn button. Never mind.
No, he missed.
You didn't have any stock?
Oh, big punish.
There we go. Cleans it up.
That was scary for Kizzer because he did miss an opportunity to put Gran away, which is like you have to, for the most part, get those. But the nice thing is that he checked down to Gunflame and didn't go for anything crazy.
Delaying his buttons a little bit too. Stagger. Empty low, gets blocked, but not that throw. Good interruption.
Speaking of like good
and
sweep.
on
put him back in the corner.
It put him back in the corner on non-counter hit. That is grand privilege because every 2H on counter hit will push you back into the corner like that, but only Grands does it on regular hit.
And it was behind him too.
That's gonna be took the stock actually.
2H again. The bless button. The bless anti-air tons of damage in the corner.
Where
Push
did
the
that
jump
hit?
you for the finish.
The two
Yo,
Burns staring at each other.
They don't know what happened for sure. Oh man, I just realized Kilo's using Burn too.
That's the scariest part
trying to
for
find
Kizzer right now is Kilo was willing to come down and meet him in the swamp with the Vern weapons.
Run dirty against dirty. Far H. Not confirming anything with this H right here, the jump version. Gonna definitely land into big damage. CP Ender right here stocking up.
That was really good recognition of spacing by Kilo because that 2H into 5U combo does not work if the boot hits too close to the wall. That was pretty specific to where he got the boot from.
Oh, great.
Oh, jump you again.
Hey, hold up in the corner. It's a solid option.
Yeah.
If you're not ready for it.
I mean, that's for... Oh, wait. I hit the wrong thing, and Kilo's name wasn't in there. Great job, Zach. Zach taking game 1. There we go. There we go.
Okay. Kilo up 1-0.
I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing here. It's too busy being mad about
All right,
Grant.
DP. Yo, Kizzer got a little bit of Kilo on himself. You see the DP coming out, but didn't get out of the corner yet.
Man, Kilo just running at him in the corner.
That's the thing about Kilo. His confidence, live or die, doesn't matter. He's going to keep going in. You can't stop him. Far H connects, though.
There's something so scary about running into player like that.
Yeah, even if you have the lead, like, it's like, how can I contain
They're
this
not
person?
deterred by anything.
When you have a character like Gran with the 2H like that, when you got 2Hs like that.
Oh, no.
Spoke too soon. The damage right here.
Wow. Wake up EX Fireball. Caught the 5H.
Oh,
Kilo's still
man. If
alive.
that was any closer, that would have been the hit that Kizzer needed, but plus
Kilo's
frames.
still trying to find that boot trade, but he can't do it right now because he doesn't have the life for it. Yeah, he's just running. Kizzer is definitely willing to play this out. We'll probably take a throw.
Nice patience by
But a
Kizzer.
sweep.
And caught the sweep against the walk forward.
I already saw him kind of walking back and forth quite a bit, so I get it. You know, throw out
Yeah,
the sweep
and-
to catch that walk back. Not a bad option.
Good, good. Thank you for not comboing game.
I mean, knowing Kilo, he does have a combo. I think,
Yeah,
just
no,
missed it,
he
so-
could have done that. He was probably a little bit early on the button press.
Yeah. Oh man, 2H is still cooking him.
That's punishable.
Orange
Yeah.
cancels. Yeah.
Rough situation for Kizzer here. No stock
2H,
available.
dog. 2H kit. No Kilo. I need to learn this character, man. This character looking kind of even before the September 24th.
He'll be fine.
He's getting
Yeah,
buffed. This is Arxis. You think Grant's not getting buffs?
That booty's go further.
Grant's going to start the round with fully charged 5U in the next version.
That's it.
That's fair.
No, it's
Max
not.
range boot right there.
That's not lying.
Okay, jump H gets blocked.
And yeah, something Kilo
Nice.
does in
Good
both this
conversion.
match and in the cat match. He really stands outside that 5H range really, really well.
Yeah, that is one of the trade-offs for Grant. Grant and Jita have 5Hs that don't reach as far, but they're harder to whip punish. They have a little bit less recovery than someone like Cat, and because they reach less far, they put out a hurt box less far. Ooh, that was brave. EX caught all 5 stocks. This is okay for Kizzer if he doesn't get opened up, because now he has a ton of stocks to work with. This is going to be combo. Oh, a little too far.
I think he said on the M. The DP ender right there though. He's one more hit to do it. Kilo also looking really great with that Skybound art, Super Skybound art. Actually, for the finish, you got to be super careful. Not let this character touch you. Not overextend and not get hit.
Good patience from
Spinning
Kizzer.
wrist.
Jump you. Ooh, hit the fadeaway, but didn't get the pickup that he needed. Oh my God, the throw.
Where's the team? He's not gonna do it.
Oh, no.
Kizzer went, I think he went from crouch blocking to 2M,
Yeah.
and it got interpreted as 2-2M. Oh my God, that is unfortunate.
Man, that's tough.
That's rough.
But I think Kizzer's composure after stuff like that.
Yeah, we've seen him come back from stuff
He does
like that
not. He does not get shaken.
Yeah. Okay. So.
But
still
that's
in it.
really unfortunate. You could be 1-1 without that mistake. But yeah,
And that's a long road you got to go against like someone like Kilo who just is just so constantly, oppressive. Constantly, you see that EXDP bust out. It's hard to lock
That
him down.
EXDP punished the stock up. Kizzer did go for the medium stock up, which was maybe a little greedy, trying to get 3 there, but nice use of the medium fireball. And that's going to be
Well,
the
yeah, what a reaction.
Enemy time. Okay, nice. Nice. Yeah, see, not shaken. Had the reactions on deck for that situation.
Damn, you see that? I like that. See, that's an easy input. People got to start using those.
You know what I
Yeah,
haven't
don't need to
been
have those-
seeing though is from Kilo's the as much 2-1-4L starts. It's been letting Kizzer get away with 5 H's, round start, plus frames.
Usually when something like that happens and I ask Kilo about it, he's like, oh, I forgot.
After using
Wasn't
it
his
in
line?
wares so often.
Him and I played like a really long set in a room, and we were like 20 games in, and he started throwing me, and I was like, you weren't throwing me the first 20 games. What happened? He's like, oh yeah, I forgot.
One of the most fundamental parts about Grand. Speaking of. Okay. Yeah, he's gonna spend it. I like spending it there. You'll have the stocks or your EX moves and to work with. And neutral.
Forward sweep right there.
Oh, he just went for
He
it.
tried. He bet the world.
The
I like
Percy
that.
special.
I like that idea because it was so dangerous on Kilo's side to actually pick a button.
Oh,
And if Kilo would have been dashing up, that would have caught him, but
Punish,
didn't really happen
yeah.
this time. Kilo on match point here.
Nice
Loses
run
finals.
under
It's
to
going to
find the
determine it's going to be one
side
of the grands.
wow. Wow.
Yeah, plus range right here. Hold these.
Yeah, and you
Kilo's
see
playing
where
outside
he
the distance.
stands. Outside of 5M, outside of 5H, so he can boot.
Oh, that's gonna
Go
do
the
it.
sweep pick up.
Yeah, the sweep to catch the walk back. Hilo going quickly into grand finals, which seems to be a classic these past the more modern SSSO, the past maybe month or so, or a month or two. Marvin Pie versus Kilo. episode what, like 20 at this point.
It's a new arc. It's a new day.
I mean, yeah, the Marvin vs. Kilo arc in SSSO, it's been a fun one. They've been pretty back and forth. And, you know, last time when Kilo got the edge over Marvin, it really came down to, you know, his offense. His offense was already strong before. He seems to have this timing that's just hard to read on his offense now.
Now,
We'll see how
reminder
it
that
goes.
Marvin does have the advantage coming from the winner's side. He only has to win one 3 out of 5 set. Kilo is going to have to win a 3 out of 5 to put Marvin into the loser's bracket with him, and then win another 3 out of 5 to take the tournament. So Kilo with the long road, but it's not something he hasn't done before. Marvin, meanwhile, going to try to just stymie the momentum.
And, you know, Marvin has done, last time they played, kind of got a little lost. Went to Matera for a little bit in the set before going back to Fairy again. We'll see. I don't think I'm going to see that experiment again, but when you're getting booted so much, when you're trying to press buttons, it can be disheartening. Especially when you're in a corner and all your life is gone.
All right, big
Okay,
back
back throw
throw.
Destiny.
big bait.
Big bait.
I like that
Let's
by
see what
Marvin, too.
spends.
He didn't go for, like, the big damage punish.
Yeah.
Because you can interrupt that second part against Grand with a standing heavy and then destroy him on counter hit. Was that a grab?
Yeah, that was a grab. It was a grab. And it sucks because if you start spending your EX moves as Fairy and you have the corner hit, you can't really go into install because you won't have your specials. So you have to go into that ball setup, and that's what Marvin did, but unfortunately wasn't strong enough to close out. Yeah, you see Marvin trying to use that 2H to snipe a boot here or there. Great timing on the 5H.
I think Marvin Pie also
Wow.
see a little bit more movement, gets the knockdown.
Ooh, that was actually... There you can kind of see the minor difference on Fairy having a 6-frame button instead of a 5-frame button is that was a punishable range for boot.
But mashed
Can't
out.
do anything about it.
Yeah, you can't do this. You gotta hold that.
Oh,
you gotta
sweet.
hold this pressure. You gotta get out.
But
How
hey,
is
sweet.
Marvin
Hey,
Pie gonna do it?
Oh, he tried to anti-air with 5M. But
Hold
yeah,
up
you get
with the
counter hit
baby.
by 5U, you get wall bounce.
Oh.
Bye-bye.
Game 1 going to Kilo.
So we talked about how like it's difficult, like for Kilo, he's gotta win the 2 sets. But at the same time, I feel like Kilo's one of those like momentum players. You give him a set, you're going in fighting a Shin Kilo. He's already ascended because he's powered up. He says, "I can do it now. I'm already hot. I'm already ready to go."
Yeah, loser's bracket Kilo is a threat. It's a huge threat. He just gets some momentum.
I mean,
and
you
it's over.
see him. He
Man,
ran over players that are ridiculously strong, such as Callisto and Zack in a Box. I don't know who's going to stop him in this bracket if he gets past them.
But as I said, as I was saying, Marvin's looking a little lost, and so he's gonna go to Matera. It's kind of the same game plan, except you don't get hit when you throw an arrow. But you don't have a DP.
I'm not sure how you pick the hero level here for Marvin because he didn't pick Vern Weapon, but he picked the Vern Color. So I don't. We haven't really worked out how that rates, right?
No, Vern Color's sick. The color scheme on Vern is sick. It's just this little face. Oh, big back throw.
Back throw. Set up the butterfly. Butterfly effect on the deck.
Okay.
Interrupts the DP.
As Kilo, you kind of take that. You're out of the corner, and wow, what an answer.
But you can't take this.
Oh, I lied.
Hit it just in time. DP right after. Kilo.
Blech.
Oh, my man's just going in.
Yeah. That's the confidence we talk about. And look, Marvin is just
Marvin is like, "God, I don't know what to do." Because you got to hold this pressure. You said before, it doesn't have a DP unless you use the Skybound art. So you got to hold a lot of this, trying to find the right moment to maybe land that Skybound art to make the finish, make the difference. Yeah, and Kilo backing off for once in his damn life. He's just saying, I don't need to overextend.
Yeah. Especially when Matera didn't have much of specials. You're gonna waste that super Skybound art. Yo, that's taunt!
Am I taunting? He said, "This is free." He said, "This is
wow!
free."
Let's go, Kilo!
I'm in Costco and they're serving samples, dog. I ain't got to pay for a damn thing. Kilo said, "Bring out your main. Bring out the real one."
Oh, that's where you went with that. I was confused where the Costco reference came.
All right, constant pressure here. Walk up throw. Yep.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, you
the
just
classic
even
throw.
powered this dude.
Yeah, that's one way Matera can avoid those throws is that instant EX arrows. Oh, great snipe. Okay, we're seeing some stuff from Marvin. Maybe he needs maybe he needs a round to get that Matera back up to snuff.
Ooh, that was almost
Ooh.
a
I
round.
almost confirmed about that.
Oh, sure, just straight through
Fireball?
it. Just straight through it, no bigs.
Marvin Pie waking up, this devil getting blocked. Had enough time even
Too far to boot.
get the unique a little bit.
Hey, what a 2H.
Not too far for the 2H though.
And we
He's right
talked
on
about
it.
2Hing Matera's 5U or Assault is actually very difficult. It's half a reaction, half an anticipation. It's not a pure reaction, especially online. And so Kilo knew that was coming from a mile away.
Kilo on something right now, and Marvin Pie still sticking with the Terra pick, which obviously you got another set to play,
You have a set,
even if it's reset. But I feel like you're just warming them up, and then you gotta get back in the groove of playing Fairy again.
Yeah.
which maybe not the easiest thing, unless you have to play someone like Kilo.
That's something you
Unconventional.
learn when you have multiple characters and you consistently get in grand final situations. Is that when you're coming from winners, sometimes you just gotta go with one character, even if you're feeling bad, because it's hard to switch off. Not a lot of players can do that. But Marvin proving me wrong. This is looking strong.
That should be the round. Yep, super.
It's a pickup.
Good see. Didn't even need the animation. Wow.
And we'll see. Marvin's Matera is warming up. That was a strong sequence.
Just need a second to trade. Neither of them, or both the projectiles gone.
That was like hidden aggression by Kilo because he was looking for hard knockdown at round start.
I mean, it's really safe to try to get the hard knockdown with the EX Fireball.
Whoa. Then there's
Okay,
that.
cool.
Tried it.
Yeah,
Oh,
great
no.
block from Marvin.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
You thought you had a turn. Oh my god.
Check the damage. Not dead just yet, but damn near close.
Last
with
legs. Wow.
2L. Kilo about
Alright,
to reset the
reset
damn
point.
bracket already. Just Marvin Pie with the hair pick. There's some signs of life in it, but just maybe not enough. And when you do slides like that, gonna get
slide.
punished, taking all the way to the corner.
I mean, you have to throw that out sometimes to keep them on their toes half screen, but man, when
think
they're
you
so
have to
in
have better
control,
momentum.
it's like the slide
Yeah.
is just it's a valiant effort, but it's not gonna work.
The big thing with the
You gotta have a
slide
little
is
momentum.
it gives them one more thing to think about that opens up other avenues to get out of the corner because they have to
Exactly.
watch their toes.
That's the hard part when you're getting steamrolled, is that they're kind of firing in
They
all
don't care.
cylinders. They're one step
Yeah.
ahead of you already.
They're like, cool, you got a slide. That's not a big deal. I'm already about to reset the bracket, hit you one more time for the
What
time.
an
and then
EX
fireball lands.
Fireball.
Such a
That's it,
great
Skyball.
trait for Oh my god, that might win though.
Two-H. Reset.
Okay.
Not just yet. Still alive. Didn't land. But the EXTP
No, the
will.
cross
One more
cut
hit.
on the
will
other
do
side.
it.
Kilo breaking out the
Smart
Street
ball.
Fighter tech.
Yeah, his anti-airs are just
Block.
so on point. And this is traditionally offline or online a character that's hard to anti-air, and Kilo is gonna reset. Yada. Let's see. Marvin, let's see where Marvin goes. He's looking a little lost on both sides. Kilo just has this frenetic pace that's just constantly badgering.
He is not going. He's going with the Matera pick all
You
the
know,
way.
he had a good round, right? And if you're warmed up your Matera and this is your shot, you're gonna go with it, right? Like you said, it's gonna be hard to go back to Fairy again. You gotta maybe warm up a little bit if you need to.
Oh, that was a
So
rare drop by
See if you
Kilo.
ride or die with it.
He didn't do the auto combo into the boot, so he couldn't combo directly into boot against standing there.
he's
Ooh,
just
where did that go?
navigating.
Zeke.
Kilo's just navigating through the arrows, through the upshots really, really well, and then sniping whenever Marvin wants to assault or jump. Oh my god, he almost got counter hit by you.
Oh,
Okay.
finds it. Yeah, that's gonna put some space, but at the same time, spinning it this early in the round is kind of dangerous because you don't have that reversal. So
Yeah,
the onus
there's
is on you to keep
nothing
this character out
invuln
the
available
entire
for the
damn
rest of
time.
this
You have to play perfect now. Oh, great
That said-
awareness. You know the butterflies were there.
If Matera can like really extend this round for a long time, she can build. I mean, she's already got half meter.
Yeah,
But
at
there's
the
the
same
overhead
time,
to
yeah,
go
you set the
out.
pressure on it. It worked out. Okay,
it worked out.
Marvin Pie,
Yeah.
proving his liars out here. We're sitting here saying this is. They say
But I like that. I like that if you, whatever character you have, you're gonna commit into the two grand final sets. But man, it's hard to commit when you're getting thrown all day as Matera with nothing to do.
I just want to
Can't
point
really
out so
have a
everyone
DP.
knows kind of what happened there. That I believe the boot had even faster startup than Matera's sweep.
What a sweep! Oh, what a snipe! That was a frame later, and he would got killed, but missed the follow up.
all that
He was
work to
gonna
die to a DP.
Yeah, I mean,
Kilo.
it's how it be.
not taking a damn thing. But that's how Kilo plays, and I feel like that kind of plays against how Marvin Pie wants to play with this character. Set things up, and sometimes it works out, but a lot of times it doesn't. We have that reversal. Late tech to take some damage with the mash out. Gets EX knocked down.
Those are key mashes that you have to have against Matera player.
As an expert who has taken literally one tournament set ever against Kilo out of like 20, I can tell you that you don't have time to think, right? If you do want to beat him, you cannot take your time to set things up. You have to be very quick on your recognition. He creates a pace that is very difficult. Like that right there. You can't take time to be like, was that in punish range? You need to press 5L.
Everything needs to be internalized, and that's something good to learn just in general as a fighting game player, because you can't be thinking too much during the match, because you're just gonna slow yourself down. But speaking of slowing yourself down, that EX boot confirm is gonna slow down Marvin's run right now. Kilo in the grand finals reset up 1-0. We'll see what he does. Oh, yeah, I mean, Perry's your main, right? And we talked about I like the idea of committing to Matera for that long. And, there were signs of life, like you said, but gotta go with tried and true. The matchup's not that bad, but it's just, I don't think it's an on-paper matchup thing. It's just, Kilo just has a read on the timing of the buttons Marvin Pie wants to hit. And that's tough in that match, because Boot is going to cook any of the buttons you have if they're out already. If Boot is out already. So, we'll see. It's going to take a lot of patience. It's going to take a lot of anticipation from Marvin to clutch us out.
I want to point out,
I like that.
Even though the character changes, Marvin was trying to feel out a couple options. He's not attempted to change his mood by changing colors. So he's mentally in there. He's in this set.
That's a big change for Marvin. It's a huge change. And I'm actually being
I'm 100% being serious. He's confident in his choices at the moment.
It's been such a big discussion for him. Like, guys, I don't know what my fairy color is. He's had, like, crises because of this color thing.
You still your character. I mean, but you gotta know your character.
Hey, there's a confirm. Let's go, Marvin.
Oh! Didn't get the cutscene. Too far out, but listen. Got him on the deck.
Oh,
EX boot though.
And the boot
if that was timed a little bit better, like that 2H's catches the boot. That's why he throws that out there. But it's an anticipation, right? It's not any sort of reaction. And Kilo's charging up that 5U. Charged up.
Nice, that's a great reaction.
Nice.
Now Kilo did finish the charge though. He's sitting in
so
purple.
It's still fair.
So that's
scary.
That's an
especially if Marvin gets in the corner. This is a scary 5U stock.
I'm pretty sure that 5U at full charge wall bounces without the counter hit too. Kilo, I'm pretty sure we've had that happen in sets that we've played before.
But
let's see, he's fireball.
There it is. Nice.
Like the
And he got out the DP.
He's looking up for Marvin Pie. The wake up sweep. EX fireball. Oh, all this hard work about to go down the drain.
Yeah, air miss from Kilo. Oh man.
Dash up throw again.
Nage.
Late tag. EX fireball.
Oh, the spin.
Okay.
Bust out for the
Is there going to be animation? No animation.
No.
So it's not enough to kill.
EX boot win. No.
Marvin was in there for so long, and the last moment crack with the DP.
And that's the tough thing about Fairy's DP. It's a very, very vertical. So not a lot of horizontal range.
Yeah, only the medium one works like that, but medium does not carry that same invuln that the EX does.
Man, Kilo is on 2-0.
That's a bad start.
Yeah,
this is a really bad start. It's
especially
a bad
with Fairy, we talked about her like buttons up close. They're not as great, and so it's hard to get out of this corner. Okay, 5U is something. Oh no, that's always unfortunate.
Ouch, yeah, he tried to JU out of the corner, but unfortunately got an early side switch that he wasn't expecting, so it crossed up the way that the drill came out and just put him right back in the corner.
You can't control where that drill goes. It always will move forward from which side you're facing, and so that happens sometimes, and unfortunate that happens in this grand final set.
Nice, good.
Gets the whip combo.
Gotta punish.
Yeah, crouching confirm for that.
EX.
Alright, gonna use EX this time.
Yeah, that was a fake setup. That was very good recognition by Kilo. Actually, GG was out way too late for that to be a real setup.
man, throws in the corner.
Oh, God,
again.
the block
the
and
shimmy,
that is
shimmy,
gonna do it.
Good night.
Kilo cannot be contained and is your winner of the Waifu Dome this week.
Running
All
it
the way
back,
from loser side.
6-0.
Kilo, there's been in that middle part of his arc, he's been looking a little shaky in those grand final set. He's returned to form again.
I mean,
He's just
that's
been
how
dominant in
shonens work,
SSSO,
right?
man.
Like, they gotta hold an L before they can power up, unless it's fucking One Piece, which is doo-doo, and Luffy's just the strongest forever, and it takes 7 years for him to lose. Sometimes you gotta get bonked once or twice to find what the deficiencies are in your game, and that's why we come back every week in the locals to face each other every time to see what are the changes we can make to force the other person to adjust to us. And you can see that each week.
Yeah, Kilo is such a, right now, a very complete player, and he plays at such a pace that if we start to work on figuring out how to beat him, it is only gonna take us further outside of the region, right? That's why having somebody who's so dominant, and you have to work at your game, right? You have to work on your defense. You have to work on your pace. Like we talk about eternalizing your punishes. You have to work on all that in order to take him down. Otherwise, you're just gonna keep winning like he is right now.
All right, so that's going to be all that we have today. Shout outs again to Zach at a Box of St. Cola. Helped me hold down the commentary. Would like to remind everyone, if you appreciate that sick grand play coming out of Kilo, or if you want to just give him enough money to where he goes off to fucking get food and stops playing Grand, that's also something that you could attempt as an angle. Hit up matcharena.com/T/SSSO081520 GBVS. You can use coupon code SSSO 081520 GBVS to put a little bit of extra money in the pot. For free, there'll be 50 cents per use. You can also hit us up at teespring.com/the-waifu-dome to check out the official hardware coming out of the Waifu Dome with our art by Quasimodo X. And you can follow us on Twitter to keep up to date, see when the Smash GGs are posted, know when you can sign up for the next weeks. We'll be back pretty much the same time next week. Sign-ups will probably go up tonight or early tomorrow, so you can follow along there. And with that, I'd like to thank everybody else for tuning into the tournament, and we will catch you next time around. Zach, St. Cola, anything to say before we get out of here?
Once again, play Granblue.
Yep, play Granblue, and let's see what happens on the September 24th. I can't wait for it. Until then, see y'all later.
Peace. Take it easy.